The only thing we have to
Beer.
is
Beer.
itself.
Beer. So many choices.
Only no function beer well without.
Woohoo! Beer! Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beer Busters, where we're going to bring you the news and reviews of some wonderful brews. My name is Dan Baker. I'm joined by my co-host and brewologist,
Steph Hefner.
and of course, the demented and fermented,
Walter Cronkite.
that guy right there. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Are you still alive?
Just barely.
Just barely, at least on the inside. Well, we are at a fest, but we are not only at a fest, we are at, if I'm not mistaken, the second largest beer fest in the country.
Yes.
This is true. And the one that's much closer to us.
Much closer.
Than the largest.
Because we are in Atlantic City, and that means we're at the AC Beer Fest,
Woo!
Beer Music Fest, which is even better.
Yeah, everything's better with music.
I've always
As
said-
our friends at Fetish would agree.
Yes,
This
I've
is
always
true.
said that beer and music are one of the best pairings that you can find.
That is a fact.
And I am so happy to be here. There's a lot of breweries that are here. There's a lot that's going on. There's some old friends that are trying to bomb the podcast right now, but he doesn't have a microphone in front of him, which is probably a good thing. I don't think he would talk into it anyway if it were there. But I'm just gonna say that I'm happy to be here, even though Steph's not paying attention anymore. Wayne, are you at least listening to me?
I am listening to you, and
All right,
I am
cool.
very happy to be here. And we are
Sorry,
in
I'm having a sip of beer.
We are in the podcast corner.
Yes.
So we have a bunch of fellow podcasters all around us.
Yes, it's like Radio Row, but
which
podcast.
It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to remember everybody's name, unfortunately, but
Well, we can look at their banners that are around. There's Fear of a Craft Beer Planet. There's South Jersey Beer Scene. There is Jersey Beer Guys and One Girl.
there's also Over Beers. And then to the right of us are the guys who are doing like a Facebook Live. They're not doing an actual podcast. They're doing like live video on Facebook, which is pretty cool.
Which is awesome. And the Descendants are going to be taking the stage soon, which is really cool. Tomorrow's the Boss Tones and Pepper in the 2 sessions tomorrow.
I'm
pretty
overwhelmed. There's 168 breweries here, which
Thank
means
you.
there's probably close to 600 beers. And for anyone that knows me,
You're going to have each and every one of them.
I can't, though. I will die. That's my problem. I don't know how.
I will literally die.
You're going to have to drag me out of here tomorrow night. Wait, I didn't have them all.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, before we get too lost, I need to, of course, remind everyone out there in podcast land, don't forget to follow us on the Instagrams and the Twitters. We're at Beer Busters. Facebook, Beer Busters Podcast. Don't forget beerbusterspodcast.com, of course, and you can use that handy-dandy text number, 805-991-BEER, which is 805-991-2337.
So I wanted to mention two things, Dan.
What are those two things?
The first thing is that you should go to patreon.com/beerbusters to
Well, of
sign up to
course.
become a patron of the podcast because it's super cool. The other thing is that the silent disco is right in front of us. And so we'll be able to watch people dancing to music that we can't hear all night, and we'll probably snap a few pictures of them.
Probably.
It's going to be pretty awesome. So we can't see the band from here, but it is the next best thing.
I wonder what you have to do to get into the silent disco.
Wait in line.
Take a lot of drugs.
Well, yeah, obviously.
No, that's it. You go to the silent. No, to enjoy the silent disco without your headphones.
Your heads.
You need a lot of LSD.
Yes, that is true. Well, I started off my festival weekend with one of my favorite beers, recently dethroned by another beer by the same company. So, of course, I'm talking about Evil Genius. Unofficial fourth beer buster, Kevin Keller, brought Purple Monkey Dishwasher over to me.
And he's here tonight.
And he is here tonight. Not only is he here
What?
tonight, he will be here tomorrow. But not only that, too, he's at the table with us right now. Kevin, how are you, my friend?
Doing great.
Good, man.
Looking forward to a good fest.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Have you done this every year for the past, 3-4 years now?
Probably 4 years.
Okay.
I may remember 2 of them. So
That's a good answer. Now, you're pulling double duty this weekend.
Absolutely.
You're Hopheads and Evil Genius. So, if I remember right, you told me earlier, Hopheads tonight, Evil Genius tomorrow,
Correct.
right? Okay, cool. How many beers is Evil Genius pouring?
We have 6 this weekend.
Good Lord.
What?
That's a lot of beers.
Does that put you at the most for any brewery?
No,
No,
there-
there's some out there
There's
with
some
a
with
lot.
like 10.
Wow.
And if
What
you
the
count
hell?
like different brewery names with different breweries, you got like 15. It's a whole mess.
That's a little much.
There's a lot of beer out there.
Well, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So, I know, obviously, Purple Monkey Dishwasher, but what else are you guys pouring?
We have Stacy's Mom Citra Hopped IPA and Hashtag Adulting Guava IPA, which are both year-round beers for us. We also have Never Gonna Give You Up, which is
Yeah.
a brand new seasonal, which is a lemongrass IPA.
I don't think I've had that.
It's pretty good. A lot of lemongrass in it. Then we also have 2 Brewpub exclusives that we brought. We brought a Yuzu Goza, as well as a Cascade Cream Ale.
And what are they called?
You're killing me.
Come on, the best part about Evil Genius is the names of the beers.
The Cascade Cream Ale is Everybody Puts Baby in the Corner. And the Yuzu Goza is Maybe Y2K Was Late.
I haven't had that one.
I don't think I have either.
That's the only one from that list I have not had.
Well, what about Hophead's life? Anything new in the world of Hopheads?
Lots of new stuff.
Good answer.
Bart's doing crazy things with designs involving hops. No, honestly, we're kind of rolling with a lot of the old designs, bringing them back, and reinventing a little bit too. We had the Captain Hop, which he brought back and did a couple different variants of it.
That is one of my favorite things that I own.
But also he brought a bunch of Philly gear too, kind of in celebration of the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, I saw one of those shirts over there.
And then also some other breweries that he pairs with. There's some Pizza Boy stuff over there as well. So
cool.
There's a lot of variety, a lot of stuff that doesn't see this market. So
yeah,
it's a good mix.
That's awesome, man. What's your highlight of the day? What are you looking forward to the most?
Shit.
It's already over.
Obviously, being on a podcast, being on this podcast.
The best podcast
first
ever.
off, seeing my favorite beer buster, Rich.
True, yeah.
And then, no.
There he is.
Oh, I see him in the
Yep,
distance.
He's coming.
He's coming
Oh,
back.
perfect. But also, there's so many good breweries here bringing so much great beer and a lot of different styles that you don't see all too often.
Yeah.
And some more popular up-and-coming styles really are taking showcase here with some of the breweries. So I'm really excited to try some different stuff.
That was a very good diplomatic answer. Well, Kevin, thank you for coming up and starting off the show with us.
Absolutely.
Always
Thanks for
good to
having
see
me.
you,
Good to be
Kevin.
Yeah, man. And thank you for starting off my fest with some PMD.
We do have to mention one more thing. Producing a podcast is not possible, and you may not know this. It's kind of insider information. You can't do a podcast without electricity.
Yes,
And
that is a fact.
We have to give a shout out to Good Time Tricycle Productions.
Yes, thank you to
who
them.
are allowing us to have electricity. So thank you, Good Time by Tricycle Productions,
Yes.
for giving us the power.
Thank you very much.
I have the power.
Hoverboards don't work on water.
Unless you have power.
All right, good enough.
And on that note, let's drink. So joining us at the table now at the Atlantic City Beer and Music Fest, we have Kathy from Devil's Creek. How are you?
Good. Really
hear.
good, actually, because I placed in the competition. So.
Yay!
Oh, very cool. Congrats.
That's fantastic.
What did you place
Thank
in?
you. Third place, but
Hey, it
still
counts.
a place in the Saison category.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
That
Well,
is
considering
Wayne's-
there's close to 600 beers here, I'd say that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And that is Wayne's favorite style, so I'm
It
sure
is
he's
my
my
cool.
favorite
And it's
style.
actually my recipe. So.
Hey, even better.
Yes.
Even better. Now, you're the owner, correct?
Yes.
All right. How long have you guys been in business?
It'll be 2 years, May 21st.
Hey, that's a
So,
good time of year.
Thank you.
Cool. How's it been going so far?
Really, really well. People love our beer, and we're actually looking to expand. I mean, I would say by the end of this year, we should be a bigger, better place and canning, which is something we're really
That's
happy
cool.
about. In fact, one of the beers we have on tonight, which is Caramel Apple Brown Ale, which people love.
I'm sorry, what
Which
now?
is
this?
It's Caramel Apple Brown Ale.
Oh
Is
my
that the one
God.
you have right
Smells
there?
amazing.
I
I hope
know.
so.
That's one of the ones where people come over to the tent
Oh.
and they say, somebody told me I had to come try this. So that's the first one we're going to can.
I love it though because
Oh, that's
you
great.
can. It still tastes like a brown ale.
Yeah.
The caramel apple doesn't take over. It just
It's
really.
not overwhelming.
It just
Yeah.
pairs so perfectly.
Oh, that is
That's
really nice.
tasty.
Yeah.
Thank
I love
you.
it. So no IPA at the table.
No, actually, so we pride ourselves on making really unique beers. If you walk in, like we have the beer list over there that's on tap tonight and over the weekend, there is one IPA on there, and everything else, it runs the gamut. I mean, there's a Kolsch, there's a sour, there's a Russian Imperial Stout. So if you come in, you're going to find something you like.
So what's it like being a woman in this arguably a male-dominated business?
I'm not sure what to say to that because it's better this year. And it's funny, when I was here last year at the fest, at the booth with one of my male employees, one of our bartenders, great guy, every person that came to the booth would come up to him and ask him all the questions about the beers and about the brewery. So, when did you open? So, what's in this beer? What kind of hops? And I would just stand there like, hello. But, I mean, and it's early in the night, so we actually haven't gotten a lot of the, Beer Advocate or Untapped people yet. And it'll happen, but I'll be curious to find out how that goes. So, but as the year went on last year, though, I did notice more people. Maybe I seemed more confident, or I don't know. I'm short, so I don't know if they're.
You just got to step in there and be like, well, actually, as the owner, I can probably answer those questions for you. No, I found the same thing with the podcast. So most people would always look at these two and ask them questions. Be like, guess what, guys? I'm the one with the beer knowledge, not these two idiots. Like, hello? Hello?
I still really haven't picked much up in 5 years.
We got to speak up for ourselves, that's for sure. So where are you guys located?
We are in Collingswood.
Which used to be a dry town, I believe?
Yeah. That's actually one of the reasons why we're moving. First of all, the space we're in is really limited. We're actually under condos, and we're surrounded. Yeah, it's weird, but it's great because they all come downstairs to have a beer. But we're surrounded by offices, so there's like nowhere to go. Like there's no wall to punch down or anything like that. But the bigger problem is the borough of Collingswood. They don't like the way the New Jersey breweries are going. They don't like how, it's not just a manufacturer serving beer in a tasting room and you're coming in and tasting and leaving. Right. It's sort of where people are coming to gather and enjoy all the beers and sit and try them, and the experience might last more than 15 minutes. So they're sort of very unhappy with how that's shaping up. So we're partially moving because of that.
So that's a shame. That experience can help a community.
Yeah, they wanted to be going and go out, really?
I have to tell you, we've been on the front cover of different, Philly Living and different, websites and newspapers, on the section saying millennials are flocking to Collingswood and here's why. Yeah. And we're part of the reason. We get thousands and thousands of customers' unique views from Yelp and Google and all that, and people come and they come to sample the beer and then they trickle out to the restaurant. So we actually feel like we add huge value, and we would anywhere we went, well, I feel as do all the other microbreweries.
Yeah, and a lot of breweries now are more about being that destination and being a bar and having the tap room and being a brew pub. And I do feel like there are states and jurisdictions where that's still something that's difficult to get going, even though that's obviously the most positive economic model.
And the thing about it is too, since we've been open, it's only been positive. People are not coming in like they're going to a bar and getting drunk. The craft beer experience is about taste. They come in, they taste, they want to taste locally sourced ingredients. They want to meet the people that are making it. They want to see how it's made. It's not about getting drunk. Yeah. So people will come into us, and then the next stop is a brewery down the street. So it's really frustrating what's happening.
It's not the people that are going to a dive bar for nickel shot night. That's a totally different demographic.
Right. And our beers don't cost $2 a bottle. It's, a 16-ounce draft is going to cost you $6. Right. And there's a reason why. So
yeah, mostly the locally sourced ingredients.
Exactly.
And everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'd rather have the experience. I don't like going in, getting drunk, and leaving right away. I want to see everything that you've done. I mean, there's reasons it's craft beer. You put the craft into it. You had to do that. You really figure they would appreciate what you're doing for the local economy. That's so weird.
I couldn't agree more.
That's so weird.
We're actually a little frustrated.
I bet.
And it's happened. It's taken a long time to get where we're at this point now. We didn't realize how much pushback we were going to get. So hopefully the next town we go to welcomes us. But we love South Jersey, and it's going to be in South Jersey. So,
are you looking at anywhere in particular so far that you're
willing
to say?
I cannot really,
it's all right.
exclude or tell you what that is right now, but
not at liberty to say.
So
that's fine.
Well,
we're in negotiations.
Wherever it is, I hope they are more appreciative of what you're doing for the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
And the beer drinkers will follow.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh,
and they will support whatever town you are in and help that town flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had
the town will be lucky to have us, and we'll be lucky to be there.
Good,
so.
good. So I know we had the caramel apple brown. What other beers did we have at the table?
This one was the Hefeweizen.
That was the Hefeweizen.
So Fairy
All right.
Dust Hefeweizen.
That's very nice.
And then the Raison de
Raison de
Roof.
Roof.
Get it?
Raison de Roof. I like it.
I like it.
Saison.
Awesome.
That is the award-winning beer you're drinking.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, I hope everything works out for you guys. It seems like it will. And for 2 years in, I mean, these beers are fantastic. Do you have much brewing experience before this?
No, home brewing experience. I mean, that's, it's amateur experience at home
experience.
on the kitchen stove, with the carboy, and so.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to see they're kicking out beers of this quality.
Thank you.
That experience, it's great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming up to the table with us
I know.
tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's fun.
Good luck with the move.
Yes.
We'll keep following and see where you guys end up.
And come interview us after we move to the new
Yeah,
place.
that would be
Certainly.
great. That would be awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right,
Well, Kathy,
thanks
thank you so
Fun,
much.
Kathy.
The doors are open. Lots and lots of people here. Beers are flowing. And we have joining us at the table Tom from Demented Brewing. Tom, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Thank you for coming up here. I'm very excited to have these beers. I've heard great things about Demented. And that feels in and of itself like a very weird sentence to say, now that I've actually said it. But I've heard great things about your beers, and I just can't wait to actually try them here. Now, Demented, how long has Demented been around?
We opened in 2015. May 1st, 2015 was when we first started distributing, and then we opened our tasting room in August of that year.
So do you consider May the anniversary then?
Yeah,
Cool.
May 1st.
Your birthday's coming up soon.
Yeah, there you go. Number 3.
Yeah.
Do you have anything planned as far as like events for the 3rd or anything?
We're probably going to do something at the brewery. We've been talking about brewing a triple IPA. Our first beer that we came out with was Double Dementia. We followed that up with Dementia, which is our IPA, and Hinted Dementia, which is our session IPA. So we're considering doing a triple IPA to round off the series and calling it Total Dementia.
I love it. I love it.
That's pretty cool.
We're thinking about doing that, and then doing some casks of some of our other Dementia series, just to kind of commemorate what we launched with back in 2015.
That's what I want to talk to you about, because I've seen that you guys have done some pretty interesting casks. You brought Scarlet Knight to the table, and I saw on Untapped that you guys conditioned that on Captain Crunch.
What?
Yeah. So every Tuesday in our tasting room, we actually have a cask of one of our beers conditioned differently, and we do it every week.
That's awesome.
And it's gone over really well.
Is it always something as interesting as Captain Crunch?
Yeah, I mean, with Sloth,
I need to taste this, by the way.
With Sloth, which we're going to try in a little bit, we actually do a s'mores cask.
Oh, nice.
What?
And
Ooh.
yeah, chocolate, graham cracker, marshmallow. It's really good.
You should do an Oops All Berries cask with Captain Crunch Oops All Berries.
Oh, wow.
That's really tasty, and I can see that going very well with Captain Crunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That is
I know what I'm
really
going to have for breakfast tomorrow morning.
This and like a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
Yes,
just that
with
in
that
it,
beer
yeah.
instead of milk.
Instead of milk.
Why have I never thought
It
of that?
sounds like a great idea.
All the ideas coming at you at Beer Busters podcast
God.
right now. That's freaking delicious.
So
Thank
why Demented as the name?
So when I was first starting the brewery, I was trying to come up with a name, and I wanted to tie New Jersey into it somehow.
Makes sense.
That should be the end of the explanation.
It led me. I thought about stories that I heard about the Jersey Devil when I was a kid, and that led me to Weird, New Jersey, and I just literally punched Weird into a thesaurus, and Demented came up, and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool,
Good.
It kind of goes. And our logo is actually the Jersey Devil. A lot of people don't know what it is, but it's the front of the head and the logo itself, and I actually have it tattooed on my arm as well.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really sweet. That's
So
a
does
cool
that mean
tattoo.
you're a Devils fan?
I'm not really that big of a hockey fan, but if I were to consider myself a fan of a team, it would be the Devils.
This interview's over.
Oh, wow.
It's all right. I'm a Bruins fan. He hates me too.
It's fun. As long as we all hate the Penguins together, that's
no.
what matters.
I don't like hockey, so he's cool with me.
You don't like sports.
Yeah, well, not really, but... So where exactly are you guys located?
We're in Middlesex Borough, which is in Middlesex County, right by Rutgers. We're right near Piscataway, South Plainfield, Denellen, Greenbrook, that whole area in there.
All I keep hearing is jug handle, jug handle, jug handle.
Jug handle, jug handle.
You can't make left turns here.
In case you didn't know, we're not from Jersey.
We're from Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, cool.
And Jersey people give a shit every time we're in Jersey. So you can join the bandwagon. So let's drink more beer. This is Gallows.
That's Gallows Hill. That's our New England style IPA that's hopped with Citra and Mosaic.
But wait, it's not
I know,
opaque.
I can see through it.
Yeah, you can see through it. We're using a yeast right now. It's a Kolsch yeast, and it drops out
They clean nicely.
after a little while. But we're actually in the process of converting that recipe to use London 3, which
So you want it to be opaque.
should keep it more cloudy. Yeah. Well, that's the only real criticism we get on it is that it's not like it doesn't look like a milkshake.
I was not criticizing.
yeah.
I was purely making an
Do
observation.
you plan at all to continue to do this version though in any way? Like,
Tastes really freaking awesome.
No, we've been experimenting with London 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been a house strain that we've kept, and I think once we move to London 3, we'll probably move away from the Kolsch strain that we're using and use the London 3 in its place for a few of the beers that we brew at the Kolsch.
it would be really interesting if it were at all possible at any time to actually do a side by side. Like if you still had some of this and you had the new with the new strain yeast, because that's really nice. And I don't think our listeners are very familiar with the fact that we're not huge Haze Craze fans here on the podcast. They can be nice, but I really like that. Having that nice clarity and crispness while still having that hop character.
And
really
then
nice.
this one is silent. You said this was a single hop with Motueka?
Yeah, that's a single hop Motueka IPA. It's actually technically 0 IBUs. So all the hops in this beer are added post boil. So in the whirlpool and in the dry hop. So if you were to calculate IBUs for this beer, it's actually 0 IBU. It drinks really smoothly. There's very little bitterness to it. There's a lot of hop flavor, a lot of hop aroma. It's just a really easy drinking IPA,
and it smells a little bit like a bag of weed.
God.
So that's what I want to talk about. The
Okay.
one that you have in front of you.
Weed? Oh.
No, this.
This is Sloth.
You didn't happen to bring
That's
the
our
Tres
milk
Leches
stout.
version of this, did you?
No, we did not.
Talk to me about that for a moment, please.
Remind me what it is again. We've done so many guests.
The Tres Leches.
Is that
Milks.
the cinnamon?
3 milks, cinnamon,
maple syrup, and brown sugar.
Yum.
Does that sound?
That
does
sounds
sound-
amazing.
Yeah. So that actually went over really well. The first time we did that was for Cast Festival at Harvest Moon. I think it was 2 years ago. And it was a huge hit. So we've done it a couple times in the tasting room since then. And, people really seem to enjoy it.
Yum. Oh, I need to. You do this Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights, yep.
Okay, we need to get to this brewery on a Tuesday night, guys.
Sounds
saying.
like the place
This
to be.
this beer is actually part of our winter stout series. We do. We call it the 7 Deadly Stouts. We have 7 different stouts that
That's
were
awesome.
released over the course of the winter. Each one's named after one of the 7 deadly sins. So that's the Sloth. Our
So
our
cool.
milk
I
stout.
like that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a release party where you watch the movie 7?
That's a good idea. To do that.
We do weekly releases. We every Sunday. Well, actually, we're actually experimenting with moving our release day to Friday now. But in the past, every Sunday has been release day. We hold a release party at the brewery for everything new coming out. So.
It's a very nice beer, and Sloth is my favorite sin.
As luck would have it, we usually record on Fridays. If that's any sort of incentive for you to change it to Friday,
if you guys want to come and record at the brewery, you're more than welcome. We've had some some podcasts come by and record their shows at the brewery. But yeah, no, I'd definitely love to have you guys out.
That'd be great. Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Well, these beers are great, and I'm glad I finally got to try some of them myself, so I can say that yes, Demented is good. And I really like the way you play with the Demented and the Dementia series for beers. That's really cool. So best of luck, coming up in the 3rd year. I have a feeling you guys are going to do great. Hopefully we'll be able to get down there for a recording, and thank you so much for coming up here, man.
Yeah, great to meet you, Tom.
No problem, guys. Great meeting you as well.
Joining us at the table now, a man who virtually needs no introduction, but I'm going to do one anyway. We've got
Thank you.
Jimmy Vaughn.
They can't see me.
They can't, no. Although
They will see you.
Interesting point. So, Jimmy, if
that
anybody,
was all the pictures was earlier.
right.
All right.
If anybody is not familiar and you haven't heard the episode from Cape May, Jimmy is from, of course, Cape May Brewing.
Thank you.
So,
Cape May
first
Brewing.
off, thank you for coming up to the table.
My pleasure, man. I was glad to be back.
Now, in the vein of people can't see you to know exactly what's happening right now, do you know who Brett Gelman is?
Yes, I know who Brett Gelman is.
You are the spitting image of him.
This is not the first
I know,
time,
I'm sorry. So I should...
I take that as a compliment.
All right,
because
good.
he's funny.
He's great.
He's honorable. He's
Yeah.
an honorable man. And frankly, he's sexy as fuck.
Well, there's that,
He's
too.
sexy
Yeah.
as
You can say
You can say it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can say it, yeah.
Oh, the cat's out of the bag now.
He's fucking sexy.
Sorry, Mom.
It's the internet.
I just pulled up a picture of him earlier and showed him to Steph, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy's here."
I literally thought
Yeah.
he was showing me a picture of you.
Yeah, it's a picture of him
Oh,
at
no.
Comic Con.
Oh,
like, yeah, Jimmy's here.
It's that bad now.
That's funny.
It's not. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
You know, it's better when I was in junior high and it was Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
So I think this is a lot
okay.
of...
I
I was
can see
before...
that.
Shut up. No, that's so I get...
No, I'm being serious.
I'm kidding. I'm
I
joking.
think I kind of
It's
like
okay.
Brett Gelman more than I like Seinfeld, to
Thank
be
you.
honest.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I enjoyed the show Seinfeld.
Well,
but his
everyone always
comedy's not
says
for
that
me.
Rich looks like, what's the Seinfeld's name? His friend?
Oh, George.
George.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Rich does kind of look like George.
George just getting up
never-
set.
Kind of does.
I never
Yeah.
made that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Holy
kind of does.
shit.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
My night's ruined.
no, night just got better. It's the summer of George. I guess we should probably talk about beer and such.
I guess.
Maybe.
how it always
We'll,
goes with you.
we'll come back to comedy later. It's okay. So, Cape May, what's new in the world of Cape May, man?
Oh man, just so much going on. We're really just taking off. We got in our own canning line back in September. We've been canning since the start of the summer. Got
Nice.
our own line in September, and we're really just taking off with that. We got a couple of new series that we're releasing. Tall Boy 16-ounce cans finally coming out and doing some really cool stuff. And there we got Corrosion
They're
here.
beautiful.
Yep.
They are.
What we're drinking right now, though, this is Always Ready. This is we're calling it a Northeast Pale Ale. Not
I like that.
New England IPA. This is
Interesting.
our own hybrid, sort of taking inspirations from a couple of different sources and putting it into a really nice sessionable, crushable, tropical pale ale style. 4.8%. Really nice. Just got the gold medal tonight for session ale.
Awesome.
As well.
Congrats.
We're
Congrats.
so stoked. Yeah.
Oh, my
Sweet.
God.
Yeah.
Like,
Really
it's
super
loving this.
tasty.
The
beer.
aroma's really inviting on it, and then you get into it, and it's just such a great beer. It's got a
It's
nice,
really
like,
nice.
It's almost like a biscuity background at the
Yeah.
end of it, which
That-
oh my God, I love.
this is the pale ale side of it. You know, there is like a nice, slight malt balance in there. This is a really balanced beer. It's not just all about in your face pineapple
Right.
hops.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is delicious, man.
it's
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Thank you very much.
It's really nice to drink a pale ale. Like,
Yeah.
you just so much now. It's all about the hops. It's all about the haze. It's all about the craziness.
As I get older, I think to say like, man, can I just calm it down a notch
Yeah.
here? I'm tired.
Just
I'm
have a
old.
nice pale ale.
Yeah. Thank you. No, really excited about this one, and we got it's a spring seasonal. We got some plans for it. We're happy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
I do want to bring up, and we mentioned a little bit about the new development with the cans and everything, but also the label, the logo design. Not that long ago, there was a sort of an overhaul.
Yeah,
of the
we
whole,
went
like,
through
graphic
like a re-identification on
the brand,
on
yeah.
our branding. It's been really successful too. We've really gotten everything lined up, and what's come along with it as well is we've really defined who we are too as a brewery, as our culture, and it's really been great to get to solidify that in such a way that it's really helping drive us forward to realize who we are, what we want to do, and the kinds of beers that we want to make, and the kind of company and brewery that we want to be. So it's all gone part and parcel. It's just been a lot of fun. It's fantastic.
It's really nice, and,
Yeah.
and like the whole aesthetic of it is very reminiscent for me of like the Jersey Shore, the boardwalk.
That's
like, it
where
just
we're.
has
You
that
know, we're
feel
we're
to it.
local Jersey Shore. We represent that, and all of it. Hence, Always Ready is actually in commemorative of the U.S. Coast Guard.
Okay.
Cape May is the only training center in the U.S. for the Coast Guard. So every single member of the Coast Guard comes through Cape May County, spends
Right.
at least 3 weeks there at the training center, and so this is in commemoration of them. It's Always Ready. Always Ready in Latin is Semper Paratus, which is the Coast Guard motto.
oh,
That's where it comes
that's
from.
so cool.
That's so awesome.
The more you know.
The
Or you know,
We've just been educated.
additional
We have
knowledge
additional-
acquired.
That's what you get at Cape May. You get good beer and a Latin
and an
lesson.
and a Latin
Latin
lesson. Yes.
Lessons in dead languages.
Now, we need to talk about this beer because this beer, I still talk about this beer from when we were last at Cape May when we recorded with you guys there. And I will say, there are friends of mine in the Reading area where Rich and I live that are asking, is this beer coming to Berks County? So I was like messaging Mark, and he said Philly and the 5 surrounding counties, so it's kind of coming close. But if you guys have not had Corrosion, the sour IPA yet, this beer is banging, and it's now in 16-ounce cans, and I cannot even get enough of this.
I'm really, really digging this. It's so refreshing, and it's got really well balanced tart, and it's a lemony peel kind of tart. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing some construction in my in-laws' backyard, tearing apart a deck, and it was like lemonade on a summer day. I was digging it. I was like, And we've done it a few times. This is the first time we've done it in cans, and we were all just so excited. All of us on the brewery team was like, Corrosion in cans.
Nice.
Yeah, this beer is meant to be in a can.
Yeah, definitely.
And
it's meant to be in a tall boy can too. Yeah.
It's not an overpowering tartness either. It's kind of subtle.
Yep. But it's not in your face on either way. You know, the hops and the tartness. It's not supposed to be. It's a well balanced kettle sour IPA. That I think this is one, like, if you don't. Actually, I was talking to a guy earlier who said I don't like IPAs. This is an IPA that I can get behind because the hops are really there and they're prevalent, but that tartness helps bring it to a place that I'd never seen an IPA go before.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
More.
I'm not saying we've done the first kettle sour IPA because obviously not, but you know, it was something new to him.
Yeah,
and he was digging it, and I think it's great. That balance really helps. Not too tart, not too hoppy.
Yeah. Now, last year for Philly Beer Week, I went to an event. It was right before we went on vacation. I forget the bar that it was at, but it was like all these pie beers that you guys had done.
Yeah, our pie eating contest. Yeah,
that's
so
we have so much fun with that. We have a lot of fun with that. That's one of our favorite events. We do that every year now.
Is it coming back? Is there more?
I just make the beer. I don't. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. We've done it twice now. It's such a huge success.
Am I imagining this, or was there a Boston cream beer?
Yes, we did a Boston cream pie beer.
Oh, wow. That I feel like was my favorite.
Boston cream pie, apple pie, blueberry
key lime pie,
key lime pie, cherry pie. That one was good.
We did
your mom's apple pie.
I'm not. No lie. We did a chicken pot pie.
Oh,
holy shit!
There was a chicken pot pie.
Oh my god!
Beer in there as well.
Oh, I need to have that.
We made our own stock and infused that with the beer. There wasn't actually any chicken in there, but like the essence of the idea of a chicken pot pie with the celery and the potatoes and the carrots and all that, and the sage and the herbs, and it was actually like, damn, this is. I didn't think like it's so savory, and it worked so well. That's JP. Shout out to JP. He's the master. God knows what he's doing. He does those crazy one-offs for us. He's great. He's a trained chef. Like went to the CIA and everything.
Right. If you guys do that one again, you need to let me know.
Okay. You'll get a scroll in the mail.
Yeah.
Hear ye style. Billy style.
The old chicken pot pie beer at return.
Delivered by a town crier with a bell. Hear ye.
Oh my god.
So how's the barrel program coming along?
The barrel program is coming along very nicely. We're about to revive it in a very fun way that I'm excited for everybody to find out. I can't say too much yet. We'll get it finalized soon, though, and then the cat will be out of the bag, and everybody's going to be... we're really, really excited. We're going to do a lot of releases this year, and in a really, really nice, interesting format. I think people are going to be stoked about. Yeah.
When we were there, I took a bottle home of some barrel-aged beer, and I wish I remembered what it was, and now it's killing me. But it was great. It was amazing. Was it top sale?
I think it was. I think it was top sale.
So the top sale in particular was named Beer Connoisseur's best rated beer of 2017.
That's right. It was top sale. It was top sale. I remember Mark telling me that.
It was this huge,
phenomenal.
Like, we knew it was a great beer. We were loving it, and then when that came down, like towards the end of the year, it was like a Christmas present. Yeah. It was like 2 days before. It was like, what?
Such a good beer.
I mean, we knew it was good, but top rated beer. Number 2 was a beer from Rodenbach. And that's where I was like,
wow.
Yeah. And we had 5 beers in their top 40.
Wow.
Going
that's
through,
amazing.
or like their top 100. It was
God.
like, what? It was the top sale and the Scupper, which was our 100% Brett fermented barrel age, and Whitecaps, and King Porter Stomp was in there.
Yep.
And oh man, it was great. We were blown away. But to have the number 1 is incredible, and it's all sold out. You can't get it anymore. Sorry.
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have drank my bottle.
It's not dead.
It'll come
back.
I have a crazy idea. I've got a very crazy idea. Chicken pot pie beer, barrel aged
chicken pot pie.
I don't know about that. Like, herbs and spices do funny things when aging. or at least like
Just
I know,
maybe
I know
like a small
Mint
barrel.
does
Like
a
if
small
I
barrel.
get a small barrel and I put my own bourbon in there and just let the wood soak, and then
All
I
right.
drink the bourbon, and then I get some of that beer. Like this way,
You're talking bourbon barrel aged.
this. Yeah,
Oh.
this way, Cape May doesn't have to really incur much of the cost.
None of the risk.
None of the risk. It's all me.
on you.
It's just a barrel that I will have in my basement. I get to choose
we,
how long it
always,
ages
we
for.
always just play it safe.
Yeah.
Yep. No. I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that.
That would
All right,
really be
bourbon barrel aged chicken pot pie beer. You heard it, JP.
I was gonna
Assignment
say,
is
be it.
on.
Yes.
Come
Oh
on,
my
JP.
God.
Between
That
you, Mark,
is
and
truly-
JP, I need this to happen.
Yeah.
truly chicken soup for the soul.
I do have quite a lot of bourbon barrels on the way as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I ask who from?
No, actually, you can't because they don't let us say.
That's okay.
It's
all right.
from one of those guys who doesn't let us say.
It's all right.
but it's one of the best.
Wait, will you be able to say even after the beer is done?
No.
Wow.
No. A lot of the distilleries do that. You can't say what distillery it's from.
One of the best, and you can't say. I have ideas.
Right.
We'll talk off air.
Before you go, you guys are distributing in North Jersey now, right?
We're getting up there. We just opened in Union, Somerset, Middlesex, and Union, Somerset, Middlesex. Oh my God. And one of those other ones.
Very cool.
Union, Somerset,
It'll come to you once you're back at the stand.
I don't know. One of those northern counties.
That's awesome.
I'm all the way out, like 20 miles out to sea. I don't know. I'm in my own little bubble. We're just doing our thing.
Just keep brewing the beer.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah, that's all I know. It's what I'm best at.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
we'll
keep
just
doing
keep
that,
doing
and we
that.
will keep
Thank
drinking
you.
it.
Of
Thank
course,
you. Please
absolutely.
do. Please
Yes.
do. Let us know how it's
You're
going.
not taking these cans back, by the way. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
What else is gonna? No, those are for you guys. Enjoy.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh,
always,
oh, oh.
There we go.
Yes, another one. All right. This is
And
why we
another
love
one.
you.
And another one.
Yeah, right.
And another.
Jimmy, this is why we love you. You're the best, man.
Thanks,
You are the
guys.
best.
No,
Yeah.
you guys are awesome. I love being on.
Well,
Come on back down again.
I would love to. I would
Definitely.
absolutely love to.
and
Cool.
leave your dirty rags at home.
Well, yeah, they all have stories. They've all have stories.
Right.
Brett Gelman, thank you for coming on the show, my friend.
It's my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
This is a fun one. We've got somebody who made just about the same trek that you and I did, Wayne.
This is true. Yeah. We're coming from the same neck of the woods.
From the same
More or
neck
less.
of the woods, slightly different part of the city.
Yeah.
This brewery is located at the Piazza at Schmitz, which is Northern Liberties. For
They're
anyone
near
who's not familiar.
Wahlburgers.
They are near
right
Wahlburgers.
next to Wahlburgers, which put PYT out of business, which is a whole different story that I hate them for. But in good news, we've got Christian, who is here from Urban Village. Christian, how are you, my friend?
How's it going, buddy?
Great, man. It's
Going well.
awesome to have you here, and I have become a cheerleader for Urban Village lately. Wayne and I were actually there fairly recently. There's a PR company that handles all the work for Urban Village, and they invited us out to have dinner and have a couple of beers and sample everything. I loved everything that we had there. The food, the beer was all great. And I wrote an article on
The
it.
coffee is really good there too. Just I feel like that's
right,
important to
gallons of
say.
it.
Yeah, I forgot about the coffee. I always go
Coffee's
straight for the beer.
amazing.
Yeah. But there's so much that's there, and Urban Village has only been around for not even a year at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We're
was-
coming up on a year in June.
Yeah, I thought it was around June. But the beers are great, man. So how have you been there from the beginning?
I started around right before the opening.
Okay, cool.
So probably I've been there almost the entire time.
Nice. And so you're one of the brewers there. Have you had any brewing experience before, professionally or home brewing?
No, I actually was taken in by Dave. He's an awesome guy. He took me in on a whim and basically mentored me through, and now, I'm getting to do the real thing. So
Nice.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. So what should we drink first? You brought 4 beers to the table.
I would probably say, personally, I would start with the Paper Trail, just
That's
for
this
flavor
one?
profile wise.
Awesome. And
This
this
is
is
a
an
New England IPA.
IPA.
Yes. Now, Paper Trail was recently canned, right? For
Yeah, we
release?
did a big canning run. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's now sold out too,
Sold out
right?
already,
That's great.
yeah.
So this
that was fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the cans. You posted about that.
Yeah.
We
No, I
posted
posted about Wrong Way, but then they also canned Paper
it was
Trail.
our-
Paper Trail
our
was like
second
last
canning
week,
run.
right? It was fairly recent.
How long have
St.
you
Patty's
had it?
Day.
Wait, do you have a canning line, or are you doing mobile canning?
We're doing Mabel canning through Ironheart.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of room back
Yeah.
These
there.
guys are awesome.
Yeah, when
Very
Dan,
tight fit.
when Dan and I were there last time for dinner, this was advertised on the menus as your upcoming can release, and I'm really glad that we got a chance to taste it.
Yeah,
Because
me too.
Yeah,
I
it
was
flew.
excited to see it
It
come
flew.
out.
Yeah, I was hoping to
yeah.
get some cans of it, but that did not.
We
happen.
actually still have some in the pub.
Oh, cool.
We have a couple barrels.
You
left.
just have to know
Nice.
you have to know the password to get the can.
Secret knock.
Yeah, the secret knock. Exactly.
No, this is great. So it's Are IPAs what you focus on canning the? I mean, I can't even say the most because it's the second one, and both of them have been IPAs, right?
Yeah, actually, a little behind the scenes. We're doing all of our Bauer projects are going to start going into bottles. We're going to start doing small, in-house, just for the brewery, a small bottling project for all of our barrel series.
Am I allowed to ask what barrels?
We're actually
We're
using
not at liberty to discuss.
Right now, we're using New Liberties.
Okay.
New Liberties. Dave over at New Liberties is an awesome guy. He's been hooking us
Are they
up.
local?
Yeah, they're right in Philly, right up the street from us.
That's
on
awesome.
American. Somewhere around about.
Keeping it close.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That's so cool, man. I look forward to that. Do you have like a timeline of when that'll happen? Because I guess you have to brew the beer and then age it, so the bottle's probably
We will be releasing 3 barrel-aged beers for our anniversary in June.
Oh, wow, that quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We have a Belgian quad that we're selling right now, and then we will have a strong Belgian ale that we're going to do in New Liberty's Fortunato barrels. They're sherry barrels.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's going to be really awesome. And then I believe there's talk about the third barrel. I think we're going to do a Saison or an Imperial. So we'll see.
There you go, Wayne.
Very nice.
Saison.
Yeah, man.
Saisons are Wayne's favorite. Imperials are mostly my favorite.
I'm right there with you.
It takes a lot to get me drunk, so I need something that's
that is
ballsy.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. I've started getting hungover lately, nights after nights of not getting drunk. Because I drink so much beer, but I'm still okay, but I'm still dehydrated in the morning. So I need those
You need to
ballsy
drink more
beers.
water.
Yeah.
Well, I know. But
You got to mix in a 30 at Bush Light.
There you
That's
go.
not a bad idea.
There you go.
That's
It's a
not a
whole
bad
30 pack.
idea.
It's a rage case.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
So I kind of want to drink this next. It's really pretty.
If I was going to
Yeah.
vote, that would be my my next
next
go-to.
pick.
Oh my god! It smells like
Very
fucking
earthy.
beets.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Very
you've
earthy.
had this one.
You have had this one.
Yeah, when we were out
there.
with Joe, man.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it.
That was a long day of drinking.
Yeah, it was
a
a very long
long
day of
day.
drinking.
I've had this one a couple times. It's really nice.
Very unique.
It is very unique.
Yeah.
Very
it's
beautiful
It's
color.
very photogenic.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
man.
is a really
It's
nice
like
color.
beer and a juice cleanse
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, exactly.
Beer and a juice cleanse.
It is.
We
So
used,
we're drinking Beats by Jay, by the way.
150 pounds of roasted beets pressed. Yeah, man. It was a mess. Looked like someone got murdered. Terrible.
But it's a beautiful, like,
It
magenta
is.
color.
Yeah.
And,
very
it's one of those things, and I there's a couple beers out there they have beets in them, and it's the sort of thing like if you don't like beets, which I don't particularly like beets, I like beers with beets in them.
It's very
and
unique.
even this, like
Yeah.
you taste the beet, like I get beet in
the
it.
sour really cuts.
Yeah.
That's super earthy. It works well together. It's the earthiness and the sour really blends well together, especially on a low ABV. It's a nice beer on a hot day, honestly.
Did
Yeah.
we say what the ABV was?
3%.
Wow, super
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
Very nice.
See, it is like juice.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's like a beater vice.
very nice.
A Peter Weiss.
Very nice for later.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Unique. Very unique.
Really nice. So Urban Village is kind of one of those places that's just as much focused on the food as they are on the beer. Especially like you had that wood fire oven for the pizza, and the restaurant sort of vibe is really part of the experience there. And the food there is amazing.
Yes, Tom Ravelli is one of the co-owners. He's a genius when it comes to food. Him and Chris Davis is our head chef. Those guys really crank out an awesome menu. But we're definitely pressing forward on the beer, and the food's right there. It's just money, so it works hand in hand, man.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everything I've had there food-wise was just absolutely
Excellent.
delicious. I mean,
Yeah, Chris knocked it out of the park.
I've had the pizza I had last time. I want to say it was Becca,
That sounds
which
right.
was like a white sauce and
Oh,
it had
yeah.
like brisket on it. Oh my god,
The
it was
egg and
so
everything.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
money,
it had
bro.
the egg.
Money.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
so
fortunate
good.
enough to get to eat that every day.
Oh my god, I
Excellent.
would gain 100 pounds.
Oh, it's I got a
ugh.
nice belly. From it.
I've gained enough weight doing this. I don't need free pizza on top of that.
I skipped ahead to the sticky bun beer.
Yeah,
oh,
bold
that's
move.
incredible. I had that when we were there last time. It's
so
so
good.
good.
Thank you.
It is really nice.
We actually just placed in the competition on that beer.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
and rightly so. What I love about the beer is the aroma is sticky
Very
bun.
nice- very nice nose.
It's
It
right
even
there.
tastes
It's
like it.
I mean, the taste you get sticky bun, but it's also okay. This is also a beer, but the aroma is straight sticky bun. I think.
Yeah, we're
It's
still
really
still
nice.
dialing in that recipe. You know,
As
we have a
Dan
couple tweaks.
just chugs the
couple
rest of
tweaks
it.
we want to work out, but
That's
yeah,
really
we're
nice.
really happy with that. We're glad we can take some hardware home.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the last one.
Liquid Courage, solid beer, solid choice.
And this is one you've had from the beginning because I remember trying this like right when you guys opened.
This is the Belgian, the
I was
Oak-aged
just,
Belgian.
I was going to ask if it was the Belgian one. I haven't gotten to try
Excellent
it some
beer.
around
Yeah,
yet.
this one's boozy.
I probably would have went Liquid Courage before Sticky Buns, honestly.
I wanted.
but Dan,
That's super
Steph couldn't
deep
resist.
roast.
I wanted
Yeah.
sticky buns after my beets.
Yeah, I hear you.
Is that something you have like in a meal? Would you go beets and then a sticky bun for dessert?
Well, yeah, you
Absolutely.
get like the healthy stuff out of the way, and then you eat the junk food. That's how it
Or
goes.
just be like me and eat all junk food. You're
No,
fine.
you got to be healthy
I
too.
dig that.
Gal,
Yeah.
what now?
Yeah, then you just do a juice cleanse every month or every
So
6
a
months.
beet beer after that. All right, gotcha.
So last time I was at Urban Village, it was pouring down rain, so we
Oh,
sat
yeah.
inside. But you guys have a pretty awesome outdoor space there too.
Yes, and we actually just expanded our outside patio. It goes down 2nd Street now as well.
Wow.
So we have more outside seating and more tables. Very, very colorful tables. They're awesome looking. Dave's wife actually did a bunch of really cool painting and waterproofed them. They're really cool tables. Really cool setting.
Excellent. I have to get back there when it's a little nicer out. I
Yeah,
guess.
all the windows will be open. It'll be beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, last time I was there, it was snowy and very shitty out. But the food and beer more than made up for it. So, yeah, the nice weather would be cool to sit outside and see all that. Because Piazza is actually a very nice little plaza
Very pretty.
that's there. Yeah, doesn't get enough credit, I think. So what's coming down the pipeline? I know you said the barrel-aged beers. Any new recipes that you're working on right now?
We're always working on.
I figured, yeah.
stuff. We're honing in a couple of our New Englanders. We got a couple IPAs we're working on. A couple ideas for sessions. A bunch of summer beers. We have our Beach Day is a really, really nice, crushable summer beer. We have a bunch of barrel projects that are going to be released in June. Starting a lot of barrel projects in the summer to release for winter.
Oh, right.
We'll be doing a Oktoberfest this summer for release of Oktoberfest. That'll be our first lager we'll actually be doing. Will be a Marzen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
cool.
excited. We're
That's-
pressing for it
Yes,
for a
bring
while.
on the loggers.
Yes, yes, exactly.
More
Very excited for
lagers,
that.
please.
More loggers. That was the first thing I had here when I was walking to the bathroom when I got here. The first brewery I saw that had a lager, that's where I stopped and I got my glass filled. Empire. Shout out to Empire. Their Jack's lager. It was good.
So, yeah, Steph will be all about that
Yeah,
when it
I'm
comes out.
so excited. I've been pressing for it. Hopefully, we'll get a Pilsner in the works, but we'll see.
Yes.
You couldn't
Hopefully.
have said a better word for her.
That's my favorite.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what happens, and we will be there as a little teaser. We're going to be there in July recording, so that episode will come out in August at some point, and hopefully we'll have you on when we're there, even
Yeah,
just
man.
maybe a quick hi.
Definitely.
See, you did awesome.
Thank you.
You're a
weren't
good
worried
speaker.
about this.
Thank you.
But
This is what we do. We come to Fest and we
You guys,
we test out the guests
yeah,
first,
brought
and
it
then
in.
we
You
sign
brought it in.
and then we sign them up.
Oh, that's great. Christian, thank you for coming
Thank
up
you,
here
guys.
and sharing
Nice
these
to meet
beers.
you.
And can't wait to see you in July.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Cheers. I am calling it now. I think
You heard it here first.
you heard it here first, and I really think that the next brewery that we have up is the most fun to say that's in the building
Okay,
tonight.
fair enough.
We have joining us from Sloop Brewing out of New York, Joe. Joe, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, man.
Awesome.
How's the fest been treating you so far? I know it's still kind of an early night, but how's it been?
It's amazing.
Good.
It's our first time. We actually went to Landshark.
Really?
Landshark Bar,
Yeah,
Landshark,
Landshark
whatever.
Americana.
Right.
And we had 2 Landsharks, and the second one they poured a shot of tequila in it.
Whoa.
So that was a nice way to kick this off. So
Nice.
We're having a good time.
Two of my
I
least
love
favorite
it.
things, tequila, and I'm not a huge fan.
Is that like a thing they do? They don't even tell you. If you order a second one, they're just like they throw a shot of tequila. in.
Fuck.
They're like,
you heard
this
it.
is what everybody does.
You
And I
know,
was
it's
like,
like,
well, I have
okay.
to do it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
You don't.
When
You're
in
in
Rome.
Atlantic City. You don't always want to say, "Well, everyone does it."
Oh,
I'm not a stranger to these parts, and I've had some very good memories here.
And some very good not memories.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
remember, what happens in Vegas stays there. Atlantic City's a little different.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That might hurt for a while.
What happens in Atlantic City haunts you forever.
That's pretty accurate.
Now, when I knew we were going to have you on, I Googled the word sloop, and I figured it was just a nothing word.
Yep.
Turns out it's a thing.
Yep.
So, for at least the definition Google has is a one-masted sailboat with a fore and aft mainsail and a jib.
Yes.
How does that tie
A
into a
jib.
brewery?
I love me a good jib.
Well, look at their logo.
I do the Irish jib very well. So, so that's a sloop right there. So sloop basically originated with, we're in the Hudson Valley, and when the Dutch settled in the Hudson Valley, they came in on sloops. So the sloop is actually, pretty popular in those parts. So that was the name of the brewery, and it's stuck ever since, and the theme has fit, and it's awesome. So we're paying a little, respect to the history of where we're at and where we started, and by calling the brewery Sloop and doing that whole theme. It's been awesome. So yeah.
So have you boated? I don't know what the right verb is. The Hudson River?
I have boated on the Hudson River. We're actually looking to do some pretty cool stuff this year. We're looking to. We have a guy who actually has a whole bunch of different sloops, and some of them are a little bit bigger than what everybody was used to. So we're thinking about bringing some of our distributors and some of our accounts on there and doing a little party cruise on the Hudson River.
Oh, how cool.
Sloop beer on it. So it should be pretty cool. Fun. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, before we started recording, I had mentioned that I actually just a few weeks ago was up at your location.
Yep.
The cute little barn area, but you are not going to be there for much longer.
Well, so we're going to keep that spot.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, we're going to keep that spot. And so basically we're opening up probably at the beginning of June a new facility, and it's about an hour south of where we're at. So it's in East Fishkill.
Oh, so it's even closer to us.
Yep, absolutely. And it's 26,000 square feet. And
wow, that's a lot bigger than where you are now.
Yeah, a lot bigger. And we're moving our 30-barrel brew house from Elizaville down to the new spot, and adding at first 6 120 fermenters, and we're adding an additional 6 120 fermenters. And so we'll have 12 total, and there's going to be more capacity there. We're adding a brand new Wild Goose 600 canning line. So we're draft only right now, but come this summer, we're going to have cans out of the market. And the new spot will have a kitchen. We have a wood-fired gas pizza oven. We have a chef that we snagged from New York City who's at a Michelin star spot. He's coming over to us and he's going to cook for us. And the space is gigantic, and it's really going to be an official production brewery. And our plans for Elizaville are going to stay, with the tasting room there. And then we're also going to probably get into barrel aging there. So maybe add some oak barrels up there and stuff like that. So again, different projects. So we will have 2 locations and get more beer out. So that's why we're coming to Jersey. So
Very cool.
Yeah, we're pumped.
So will you, with the second location, be able to distribute more then also?
Absolutely. So we're going from probably like 5,000 barrels right now a year to 25,000. The new spot. Wow! So yeah, we're doing a large increase there. We have hired a ton of great people in upper management. We've hired a official assistant brewer. We have Harrison, one of our guys in the brew house right now. He does brewing, he does everything, keg cleaning, all that stuff. He's going to transfer over to the Fishkill spot, and then we hired another gentleman who's coming over, and our head brewer, Justin Taylor, is also a co-founder with our other founder, Adam Watson, and Justin does all the brewing right now. He's the head brewer, so he's going to move the whole operation there and get into packaging and all that fun stuff. So
it's fitting that you brought these 2 beers because what I noticed when I visited is you are very IPA heavy and awesome fun stouts, dark beers.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
It is, and we do a lot of we have a great sour program. So with the new spot coming into play, we're obviously leading with the Big Dog Juice Bomb, 6.5%. We're calling it Northeastern IPA because it's brewed in the Northeast. And that's been the number one for us. I mean, the amount of sales and presence we've seen in the New York market has been crazy. That, our Confliction, which is our kettle sour, will also be a year-round, and then Super Soft, another IPA we do that we use no boil hops with that one. That's also going to be a staple in the year-round portfolio, but then we're also going to get into more sours. We're going to experiment with other styles, but Sour Peach, which is a popular one that we do, that will be more of like a summer seasonal, and then sky's the limit from there. So while we are very IPA heavy now, I think you'll see a transition. So game plan with the new spot will be monthly. We're going to do limited release beers. Our bomb series that has really taken off. Our Nelson bombs, our Mosaic bombs, our Galaxy bombs. We'll feature those on a monthly basis. 16-ounce can, and then some stuff will be 12-ounce, and then limited draft in the market, but you'll see more of it out there. So really looking forward to it.
Did I miss it? Did we say what the beers are that are here?
So this is Juice Bomb.
Juice Bomb.
And this is Cocoa Baked.
So Cocoa Baked is a half-baked oatmeal stout, and that we use toasted coconut in there as well. It's 6% alcohol. It's part of our Bake series. This series started, obviously the word baked, and we like to have fun.
Yeah.
So
We
this,
like to make cookies.
yeah, absolutely. This kind of took off.
And oatmeal cookies are the healthiest cookies.
Absolutely. I mean, look
Some
at me. I'm a
raisins in
health
there.
nut. You can tell. So we really got into this whole series, and it's been awesome. And at the current location, this is really a fall to beginning of spring series. We don't know what the plans are going forward. Could we have a year-round stout? We probably can. But for now, we won't see these beers again till October, probably. So,
Oh, well, I'm glad we had a sip of it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
really
It's
nice.
so tasty.
It
Oh,
really
awesome. Thank you.
That would be great in several Firkin with
Yeah,
with
you
several
could-
different things.
oh, yeah.
It'd be good
Sure.
in barrels. It would be good in man. There's
Sure.
a lot you could
It's
do with
quite
that.
tasty.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, best of luck with opening the new location.
Thank you.
I look forward to a slightly shorter drive to get out to check out the new
Slightly
place.
shorter.
It'd be amazing. We're excited to get beer officially to New Jersey. So we're
Yeah, that's
we're
cool.
pumped.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
We
Next
just got to
stop.
move a little bit west to go to
I
Pennsylvania.
was just gonna
Yeah.
say next stop Philadelphia, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
come to Philly.
It
Come
is
to
early
Philly.
next year.
Yes.
So,
Good to hear.
Yay.
Good to hear.
Yeah,
That is what I like to hear.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
let us know. We'll definitely help promote that.
Awesome.
of course.
We love when new brands are coming to Philly.
Very much
Amazing.
so.
Amazing.
Cool. Joe, thank you for coming up to the show
Yeah,
and bringing
awesome
these beers
to
to
meet
the
you.
band. It's great meeting you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you guys.
Have fun.
All right. Have a good one.
One more
Cheers.
time. Sloop.
Sloop.
There's only one way to really start this. I literally just put that on the soundboard before the fest started. So for anyone who may not have heard that episode,
Do you even remember that?
Oh, I do.
you do? All right, good.
100%.
That is our good friend Eli
That's
from
like-
Tonewood.
Oh my god.
Well, you are the only person who has that kind of sound effect on the board.
Yeah, that's like my podcast emoji, if you will.
Yes.
Audio emoji. Audio emoji.
I am so glad
it
we
even
have
says
that.
Eli Airhorn.
Yeah, it's labeled as Eli Airhorn.
You should change your name to Eli Airhorn.
Oh my god.
Airhorn.
I
Eli
am so
Airhorn.
glad we were able to get you up to the table today during the fest.
Yeah, this wasn't scheduled.
It
No.
wasn't.
This was
Because
impromptu.
you guys didn't respond to my email, but I said I wanted you on the show anyway, so you got a pass.
So I've lost my phone for the past 2 days, so like
Right.
I don't
The email
do
was
well
sent-
with
the email was sent a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's
It was probably sent like right after we were at Tonewood.
Actually, shortly thereafter.
It
Yeah.
was shortly thereafter.
that went right into the delete box.
Yeah, spam. Right to spam. Right
Yeah, I
to
can't
spam.
say I blame you.
We still love you.
It's
But
okay.
Tonewood is, I mean, obviously Tonewood's important, but you guys are like a big part of the fest because you have that acoustic stage, right?
Yeah, it was like a good opportunity we felt to cross market with what's going on here.
Yeah, man.
If they're going to have acoustic music, we felt like Tonewood should be a part of it.
Makes sense.
That's
Makes
our
sense,
that's our brand. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, because as I learned when we were there, Tonewood is the wood of the guitar, right?
Exactly.
That can just turned into a woman.
Yep.
That can just turn into a woman.
There's a lot of weird shit going on here at the festival.
This is interesting.
I'm not going to elaborate on that. You can use your imagination
Yeah.
at home, my friend.
Dude, don't finish all that. You're supposed to be sharing that with us, by the way.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm going to drink it.
Yeah, that's our glass.
Boo. Oh,
Oh, does he have one of our cups?
wow. He really went and chugged all of it.
There it goes.
Oh.
We have contraband cups.
Oh.
Contraband cups
See,
from
this is-
another fest. Don't tell anyone.
BB. Beer Busters.
So who's getting me my next beer?
Rich.
He drank it all. You got to go refill it.
Go get him. Is there,
I was kidding.
Budweiser
It's
anywhere?
fine.
Yeah, he's going.
There is Pabst, though. When I was going to the bathroom, Pabst is pouring an APA.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
PBR is my shit.
Yeah. Have you had any tonight yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely had a can of PBR.
Nice.
So do you
allowed
want
to.
to talk about the beers that we're drinking? You want to actually plug
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
stuff here?
Yeah. What are you drinking?
What is the first
What should we
one?
start
I
with?
assume this is Freshies.
Yes, American Pale Ale, brewed with Pilsner malt, wheat, hopped with Simcoe, Amarillo. Yeah, nice crushable summer drinking. It's like
I'll share. I
Yeah.
won't be like Eli.
I already had it. Is the one I already had some of? Or is that the one that he killed?
Probably the one he killed.
And this is Improv, right? The double
yes,
IPA.
that is our double IPA. So kind of both on like the similar style spectrum, but yeah, double IPA obviously much more malt forward, sweet, Has that character behind it.
This you're not getting.
Which one is that one?
Baltic Porter.
Yeah,
Now
that's
you're
one of my
talking.
faves.
Now you're talking my.
Is that the one that's canned?
No, so that is a so Baltic Porter. If you see a Baltic Porter, it should be a lager.
Right.
I feel like a lot of guys are getting away with not placing it with a lager yeast.
Right.
So it's a lager yeast, 8.8%. It's our longest fermenting beer. Stays in the tank.
Right.
Longest.
You're not kidding. I'm really not getting any of that beer, am I?
It's really good.
It's so good. I love a good Baltic
really
Porter. I love a good Baltic Porter.
So we built that, and we brewed that, and we have a lot of that aging in barrels.
I was going to say, you need to put that in something, because that is just like screaming to go in a barrel.
Yeah, so a lot of what we do at Tonewood is we'll develop a beer for the barrel, and then also do it without the barrel.
Like, we made this to put in a barrel, but we have it, so drink it now, too. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty awesome. So, but when we were at Tonewood last, you guys were coming up on your official launch into Philadelphia.
Yep.
That has now happened.
Yep.
How did it go?
It was awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Was it at South Philly Tap Room?
So our first night was at Monk's Cafe.
Oh, I love Monk's.
Oh, sweet.
It was sick. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's so cool. So how many beers do you distribute into Philly then?
So it's like a rotating cast of beer. So right now we're trying to increase our production so that we can supply people for what they want.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But for the release and the parties, I guess we did about like 7 beers, like a good mix of like our dark beers, our Belgian beers, and our hoppy beers.
Yeah.
Kind of like all like what we focus on.
Like the whole spectrum.
Yeah. So
that's pretty good. How has the reception been? Have they been?
It's been awesome.
Flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
No,
and has the possum made an appearance in Philadelphia?
No possums. I've not seen any possums. No, not at all.
So I need to bring something up that I know we didn't talk about then, but a friend of mine runs a media company that pretty much specializes in drone footage of disc golf tournaments. And they're doing one with you guys.
I know
it's a very market. Apparently, there are a lot of events that book them, which is really, really cool. But the company in question is Gatekeeper Media. But I didn't know you guys were into disc golf. By the time this episode airs, the event will be done.
Yeah.
But was that the first one? Are there going to be more? Why disc golf of all things? I'm just so intrigued by all of that.
I play disc golf.
That's cool. I didn't realize there was as big a following into disc golf as there is until like 6 months ago.
Yeah, no.
I've never played it.
Yeah, you should.
Rich has come back with a replacement beer for the one that you chugged.
I chugged my beer. It's okay.
We have Monotone instead.
Oh, Monotone's nice.
So do you plan on doing more events like that?
If the opportunity presents itself, we're always, open to doing things.
Thank you for leaning into the microphone on that one.
Sorry.
No, don't worry.
He's done this before.
Yeah.
I just realized that I could lean into the microphone
It's
and
cool.
talk to you.
This is why editing exists.
We know you're really thinking about using the bathroom, so the interview's just secondary right now. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's okay.
But yeah, Sedgley Woods, Philadelphia. It's one of the premier disc golf courses in the country.
That's a sport that seems like it would be a lot of fun. I've never done it, but
yeah, you guys will
we
love
should.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot of physical exertion, so I'm there.
Yeah, you guys will love it.
The brewery I was at in North Carolina, Good Hops, they have a disc golf tournament on their property.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like free to play, 9-hole disc golf, and it's I didn't realize there was this big of a following.
We were down in Fonta Flora, which is like an hour east of Asheville. And just near the brewery, there's a huge disc golf thing there, too. It must be a North Carolina thing.
I would imagine that I would be as terrible at disc golf as I am at regular golf. Also,
isn't it like Frisbee, though?
Pretty much.
Yeah. No.
So you'd be as bad at it as you would be at Frisbee.
Yeah, which I'm pretty terrible at Frisbee.
Okay, wait, hold on. Frisbee is a noun. It's
Right.
a thing. It's not
it's
a
brand.
sport.
It is a brand name.
But it's also not a sport. You can't be good at
Hold
frisbee.
hold on.
That's like being good at
Hold on.
potato. A
Appar-
potato isn't a thing
Hold on.
you can do.
Hold on.
It's just a thing.
Hold on.
I'm pretty good at potato.
There was a cornhole tournament on ESPN2 last night. Everything apparently is a legit sport now.
ESPN Ocho.
I was going to say, I figured that
No,
would be
it
downgraded
was
to
the dose,
Ocho.
not the Ocho.
It was the dose. There's giant cornhole right over there.
It really is. I want to play that.
Dan wants to play giant
We'll play
cornhole.
after everyone's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, right,
We
we
absolutely
should.
will. Also,
I am cornhole.
speaking of cornhole,
That too.
And now he's stealing our Cape May beer, too. It's all right. We got more.
I need
Go
a
ahead.
beer.
Go for
Drink
it.
some. It's fine.
Well, I
That's
mean,
really good.
You're the one who chugged your last one.
You guys are just talking amongst yourselves, so I'm gonna go.
Well, I feel guilty holding on to you at the table while I know you have to pee.
I don't have to pee. I can hold it like a champ.
All right, hang out for another couple hours.
I do recall when we finished recording at Tonewood, he immediately went to the bathroom and took like a straight 2-minute long piss.
But this corrosion is great.
Oh, it is,
It
isn't
is
it though?
Yeah, it's such a
really
good beer.
nice. Yeah.
It's a great bear.
Loving it.
Well,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Eli, it is great to catch up with you.
Yes.
And I'm glad your launch into Philly went well, and I look forward to getting one of your beers at one of my local bars
For sure.
and maybe playing some disc
Namely
golf.
the German ones.
Yeah.
Mainly.
Yeah. But we should find a way to play some disc golf with you guys.
I think that would be amazing.
Sunday we're playing at Sedgley's. You coming?
Sunday.
I mean,
I'll be there.
What
I don't
time?
even know what those words mean.
What time?
Yeah, I don't know.
9?
No, we're still going to
AM?
be here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fuck that.
No, we're still going to be here. I'm going to be
this-
sleeping off hangover. Yeah.
We won't even have checked out of our hotel
Yeah.
by then.
Bye, Eli.
Well, he's already taking the headphones
I'm
off.
gonna take my
Eli,
headphones off,
thank you,
guys.
man.
Say, Yvonne, remember when I said I'd have to send away to NASA to calculate your bar tab?
Oh, yeah. We all had a good laugh, Mo.
The results came back today. You owe me $70 billion.
This episode of Beer Busters is brought to you in part by Audible. Discover what millions already have. You don't just listen to an Audible book, you feel it. You can go over to audibletrial.com/beerbusters to sign up for your free 30-day membership. Plus, you get one book to get you started. After that, each month is $14.95. You get a credit a month for a book. Good for any book, regardless of price. It's ad-free, premium audio you listen to offline with no interruptions. It's your own library to build. You keep your books forever, even if you cancel. Exclusive member-only savings like 30% off additional audiobooks each month. There's easy exchanges. If you don't love a book, swap it for free anytime. Seriously. That is audibletrial.com/beerbusters for your 30-day trial.
Hey there, Beer Busters friends out there in the podcastiverse. If you are a beer nerd, you might be a nerd for other things as well. In that case, you might be interested in trying Loot Crate. Loot Crate is a monthly mystery crate service that delivers the best in geek and gaming gear, pop culture items. I'm talking t-shirts, I'm talking keychains, I'm talking vinyl figures, and all kinds of cool collectible stuff. For less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique, one-of-a-kind items, and more. You can sign up at trylootcrate.com/beerbusters and use the promo code BRIDGE10 to save 10% on any new subscription. That's right, save 10% on a new subscription to Loot Crate by visiting trylootcrate.com/beerbusters. Use the promo code BRIDGE10 and get your nerd on.
I think this man is going to be the only guest this weekend who's going to be sporting not just a Beer Buster shirt, but an OG Beer Buster
That is an
shirt.
OG Beer Buster
There
shirt.
are 3. We need a picture of this.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Rich
you guys
and I are also wearing the OG ones, but
We
as
need a picture of this.
I had the 100th episode shirt, but I didn't wear it because I like this one. I wear
I
both
do like
of
the
them
OG.
in regular rotation, but what's up, babe?
Well, for anyone who may not know that sultry voice is Mr. Paul Miller. Thank you for coming up to the table, my friend.
Thank you for having me,
Of
seriously.
course. I'm really glad we could find time to make this happen because it's been forever since we've had you on the show.
Me personally, yes, but I was at Stickman, and I gave Bart a hard time because I listened back to that show. I've never heard such vulgarity in my life.
Well,
yeah, we're good for that one.
Well, it was
when we're all
Stickman.
drunk. Yeah.
Stickman.
No, it was a great time. It was a great show, and I listened back to it, and the show was just fantastic. And it was just amazing because I remember back in the day when we first came on, and the whole swearing thing was like,
Yeah.
here, like this, and then I listened back to this podcast, and I mean,
Like
everybody listen back to that episode.
What the
to
fuck was
reference,
that?
To reference what I'm talking about, but there was some
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, for not long-term listeners, as I used to go through and edit, I would always bleep out the vulgarity and bleep. Yeah, and then I realized I just don't give a shit.
It's too much work and no
It's
fun.
way too much work, and then like people would say the word fuck very long, fuck. So I had to bleep all of that out, and it didn't work very well.
I think it's funny
Do you even have bleep on the soundboard
I
board
think
anymore?
I do somewhere.
Bleep. This is now going to be the most profanity-laden segment
Probably.
of this entire episode.
But here's my question. Isn't that the whole purpose of doing a podcast? I mean, I understand that you're bleeping it because you're trying to keep a certain demographic, but at the same time, people listen to podcasts because it's uncensored for the most part.
I wanted to do it because as I was pursuing my career on radio, I wanted to try to stick with the FCC regulations, but then I realized radio is shrinking and podcasting is growing, so fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
To be honest with you, I've been in the radio industry, not quite like you, my friend. But I've been in the radio industry for a long time, and it's much different now. Obviously, I don't get to swear, but and it's all about your demographic. If your demographic's okay with it, then go ahead.
Yeah,
but if
do it.
If they're not, then tone it back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And beer drinkers like to curse, from what I've noticed.
90%.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Spending
a lot
5
of them.
years tangentially in the industry. Yeah.
Well, and also, hopefully, most of the people that listen to this are over the age of 21.
Exactly, or at least they should be.
And so,
I mean, at this point, does it matter? I mean, people have full access to Netflix and Hulu and everything else. I mean,
Pornhub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I wasn't going there, but
Why not? I was going there. Nobody can see my phone.
5 times a day.
Okay.
Fun fact: there's a unicorn over there.
Oh yeah, there is.
That's the same spot that
Well-
that can turn into a woman.
Okay, let's be fair though. That is a unicorn
What?
onesie. That's not really a unicorn.
What is
There's
she
like
doing?
She's doing like the chicken dance.
this is like onesie
I'll let you
mania.
boomerang me in the onesie.
Have you guys seen some of these onesies?
Yeah, they're kinda
onesies
weird.
are kind of. It's sort of like cosplay for lazy people. You just buy a onesie.
That's true.
You know?
That is so true.
Oh my!
So, Mr. Miller,
yes.
if I may,
Please.
you're still repping Hopheads,
Of
right?
course. Yes, Hopheads has a lot going on right now. And first of all, thank you guys so much for having us. To be perfectly honest with you, we've worked with you guys for a long time. Every time we are somewhere together, we try to throw it out there for you guys to get you more people to your stand and to get more awareness about what you do, because what you guys do is really spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, we're sitting here on Podcast Row, so I don't want to besmirch anybody who is on this, but you guys have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the very first time I ran into you guys is when I met you, Steph, at Homebrew Harvest. And I mean, this was like, we've been doing this for Hopheads for going on 5 years now. I mean, it's insane how this whole craft beer thing has just continued to expand and expand and expand, and you guys are filling a amazing niche, and I just love what you guys do. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll leave everything else at the door, but I'll leave the ass kissing at the door from henceforth.
I was going to say, we didn't have you on just to be self-serving.
But no, I mean, we love what you guys do, and I listen to every episode, and it's amazing.
For what it's worth, I wear my my Captain Hops Winter Warrior sweatshirt a lot. And I always
He does, and he almost lost it, and he freaked out.
Yeah, I texted Steph. I was like, did I leave my sweatshirt at a recording? She's like, I'll email them. I was like, all right, see if it's there before I cry to Bart asking for a new one.
We have plenty over at the stand.
Oh,
so.
I found it, thank God. But I always get comments on people are like, oh my God, that's such a cool looking, and then they don't understand it's a hop. Like, I have to explain it's a hop and explain what it is. But one guy the other day, I was wearing it on my break at work going to get lunch. One guy at the restaurant was like, hey man, I like your shirt. It's like, oh, thanks. He goes, yeah, no, it's really cool, like a hop like that. I was like, oh, this dude gets it. So I pointed out the Hopheads logo. I was like, seriously, check out all their merch. Everything that they have is amazing. I wear my Philly Loves Beer shirt very proudly. I have a Winter Warrior t-shirt as well that I bought before I got the hoodie. Like, you guys are doing awesome work. It's like a pun on beer while tying in pop culture at the same time.
We've really had a lot going on simply because people love beer, okay? So we don't brew beer, although Bart has, as you guys know, we've collabed on some
Right.
things, but we're not brewers. And when people come up to the booth and say, hey, do you guys brew beer? We say, well, we dabble, but we leave the brewing to the professionals. We are here to serve the craft beer scene with clothing.
Right.
And we've got very, very, very awesome clothing, and we appreciate the fact that people love what we do.
Yeah. Well, we had Kevin earlier on the show during the intro, and he had mentioned there's a couple of new shirts. I think I saw one or two as I was passing by. But what's new? What are the new designs that are out there?
Well, obviously we have the Hops Nation. The Hops Nation, we are dabbling in different colors. We're actually we are working with the Beer Bourbon Barbecue Festival, and we are going to be introducing. We don't have it here, but we are going to be introducing on April the 6th. A brand new bourbon T-shirt in conjunction with our Beer Bourbon Barbecue affiliation. So we already did Manhattan. We're going to be doing Richmond. We're going to be doing Timonium, and we're going to be doing Beer Bourbon Barbecue all over the East Coast.
Well, I look forward to that because I've been getting more and more into the bourbon world.
Dabbles in bourbon.
What's wrong with bourbon?
Oh, nothing is wrong with it at all.
Natalie sent some CBS over.
What? Is she here?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
shit.
literally right there.
So she is. That's cool. Let's say hi to her.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear. There's all sorts of cool stuff happening, and that you have that festival coming out. And on a personal note, I know you were saying before we started recording that you are doing the podcast with the school. I'm sorry, the Central Penn, was it?
Yes, I'm a professor over at Central Penn College. Don't hold it against me. That's my day job. I do work with Hopheads on the side. I've worked as a marketing director ever since we started, but obviously I do have a day job. And it's a lot of fun. To have 50 episodes, though, I mean, as a podcaster, to get that far and to have that kind of reception that we've had is just incredible. And I mean, you guys know, you guys are almost to 150.
Yeah, I was excited when we hit 10.
Yeah, same here. 10 for us was the big live outdoor extravaganza with
our
Pop-Up.
Yes, that was the best.
But to be honest with you, I was there for 100, and it was just amazing.
It was insane.
Canal Street was just awesome.
Yeah, I still look back at that. And 50 is not a small achievement either.
No,
It's to take the dedication and the patience and the perseverance to get through and do that is no small feat. So congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What topics do you guys talk about on there?
Well, I mean, it's over at the college, so we talk about a lot of what's going on at the college, what's going on, people coming on campus. We've done a lot at the school. For example, we just had the president of the college on the 50th episode.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great time. It's Central Penn centric, so basically people who would be interested in Central Penn College would be listening to it, but sort of like what you guys are doing. People who are interested in beer are going to be listening to this.
Yeah, podcasting lets you go for that small niche audience.
Yeah, and that's what's...
And fucking swear.
Unfortunately, I don't swear on my podcast.
Well, that seems appropriate, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have my job for too long if I did, but that's the greatest thing about podcasts. And, it's not... The radio industry, and I'm also a professor, so the radio industry is certainly not what it once was. But I argue... Now it is even better than it ever was because of podcasting. And we can talk about this, but I'm telling you right now, because of podcasts, more people have the opportunity, more people listen. I'm telling you, more people listen now to audio than ever before because of podcasts.
But the largest American...
Welcome to Podcast Busters, a podcast within a podcast.
So the largest American broadcasting conglomerate just filed bankruptcy.
You obviously didn't read the rest of the story because they're already
it's just for a restructuring thing, but the debt has been growing forever to the point where this has been looming for years at this point.
A lot of the problem with Clear Channel is because of the money they put out for sports and spent millions and millions and millions of dollars they didn't have. Yes, and I'm with you on that. But that's what I'm saying is, but now... We all can do this. We all can do this.
So it's power of the people kind of thing, which I will give you that because
Spartacus.
Anybody who wants to pick up a cheap little mixer and maybe download Audacity on their computer and get a microphone and throw it all together can, and that's where good content can really come out, when anybody has access to it. my problem with the radio industry, and I don't mean to say this because if there's anyone out there in the radio industry that wants to give me a job, please do so. It was owned by too few people, and it's still on that same trend, and it doesn't speak to enough people. Sure, everybody has a radio in their car on the way to work. That's where you pick up your listeners, but you don't have the diversity that was there. You don't have the growth that was there because it's shrinking. The job market's done in radio.
I'll tell you, to be perfectly honest with you, when I was in college, I wanted to be on air, and that was my whole deal, but the problem was I realized that the radio industry was gone. I mean, if you want to get into radio right now on air, it just doesn't exist.
No.
You have to be in sales and maybe be a program director, but I mean, the whole thing really is mind-boggling, and it bothers me because, radio is my passion. And I'm so fortunate that I get to teach people to help them do podcasts.
Right, and that's the thing. And I don't want to drone on too long about this.
No, but this is a very
You guys should do
topic.
a very special episode where you talk about radio and podcasts.
I would actually really
that would be
up
an
for
interesting
that.
conversation. Unfortunately, we're at a beer fest.
Right, exactly.
All right, let's move on.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for coming up to the table.
To be honest with you, you made my weekend. All I wanted to do was sit up here with you guys for a couple minutes and shoot the shit, so I really appreciate the opportunity.
Man. I'm glad we could.
Can I finish on this?
Sure.
We love what you guys do. We so appreciate all the support that you've given us, and we hope that we are giving you the appropriate support on the backside. We love what you guys do, and thank you so much for allowing me to be on
I know that I
the
can
show.
always count on the love from
thanks for coming
Hopheads,
on,
and you guys are fantastic.
I mean, come on. Look what I'm wearing.
You are? You're wearing the OG Beer
Let's do
Busters
it.
shirt. That's right.
I'll wear the 100 next time.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Paul, thank you, man. It was great catching up with you.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Cheers. So it seems kind of fitting that at a beer event in New Jersey, we would have, if I'm not mistaken, somebody from our first time we came into Jersey, the first brewery we recorded at. So we've got John from Spellbound. How are you, man?
Good. Yeah, it's great to see you guys again.
You too. Thanks for coming
Guys
up to
and
the
gals.
table. Well, yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Spellbound was our first one.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think you presided over our first podcast foray here into the Garden State.
First time we crossed state lines
They
in general.
definitely provided me with one of the hottest beers I've ever had.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Good
That's
times.
where...
It smells like betrayal.
That's where that came from.
That's right.
We can do that one again if you would like.
Oh, my God.
But you have to come back to the brewery and do another podcast.
We could do that.
That sounds like
I'm up for that. It was like a 20-minute drive for us, so I'm fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my gosh.
A lot
20
further
minutes.
for me.
Yeah, I know.
And we haven't seen you since. Just saying.
No, we were there for your anniversary. Oh, no, you weren't there. Were you there?
Oh, no, I worked that day. I couldn't.
Yeah,
No,
Steph
we were
and I
there
were
for the
there
anniversary
for the
party. That's probably the last time we were
I mean,
there.
20 minutes is far to drive.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
yeah,
It
it's
is.
crazy.
That's-
I mean, there's a toll involved and all. So.
Yeah. And Uber doesn't go to our building at all. So, no.
No, not at all. Well, what's new in the world of Spellbound?
Oh, lots going on.
That's what I've heard.
Since you were there last, we actually have a second building.
Oh, wow.
We got a centrifuge. We just put up a grain silo. So, yeah, 40,000 pounds of grain.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's we have a lot going on, adding more tanks all the time. New beers coming online. And speaking of which, we have coming up April 7th, we have a bottle release. It's only 400 bottles, but it's our rye whiskey porter. So we age our porter in rye whiskey barrels, and we came up with a rye whiskey porter. But we did it about a year ago, and it was fantastic. So we're like, okay, we got to do that again. And getting barrels can be a daunting task sometimes.
So we've heard, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually secured some of the barrels, and we're like, all right, let's do it again. And, we just bottled it literally this week. So
that sounds really nice.
It
Excited
is.
for that one.
Speaking of really nice, we should drink one of these things.
Yeah, we should.
What should we start with?
I would say probably the cherry or cherry Belgian triple.
Why not?
Or as most people that come to the brewery, they call it cherry Belgium tripel.
Cherry Belgium tripel.
Yeah. You can watch us actually cringe when people
I can
say,
imagine.
You should just change the name to that.
Yeah, cherry Belgium.
Cherry Belgium.
I would like the Belgium beer.
Hi, my name is Cherry Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium. Cherry Belgium.
So this beer's 8.5%. It definitely does not taste like 8.5%.
It doesn't smell like 8.5%.
And it's
either.
not even noon, guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
We've been drinking since 10 a.m.
Yay! You guys are doing it right.
We were helping people test
Oh,
their
wow.
lines this morning.
Yeah, somebody's got to do that.
Yeah. Well,
an
it's a good thing.
important job.
It's amazing that you guys tested all the lines in the whole beer fest.
All 600 beers.
Yeah,
somebody had to.
Pretty darn good. But yeah, so this actually started as a collaboration beer that we did we debuted it at AC Beer Fest, I guess 4 years ago. It was with New Jersey Craft Beer Club.
And we talked about that when we had you on the show.
That's crazy,
I thought
right?
so, yeah.
Well, we split the batch. We had 2 10-barrel fermenters at the time, and we would brew a 20-barrel batch, and we split it. And there's the regular, straight up Belgian triple. And then we added cherries to, sour cherries. And the sour cherry version of it outsold the other one like 10-1. Wow. So we're like, all right, we'll stay with that. And originally it was supposed to be like a one and done thing, or like a small seasonal thing.
Right.
And our distributors like, no, keep it going. And it's really cool that our customers too, they coming in, they're like, you got to keep making that. So it became a year-round beer now. So this we have year-round.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
It's a good one to offer year-round.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the problem with these beers. They're like, oh, I could drink a lot of this, and then you do, and then you're on the floor.
It's 8%. It drinks really nicely, not only for an 8%, but for like a Belgian style. Like it's drier than I would have expected.
Yeah,
for the style, and it's nice. Yeah, it drinks really nice.
Yeah, with the sour cherries, actually helps to give the little bit of perception of it's a little bit drier. But yeah, if you did like sweet cherries, it would just be like cloying.
Yeah, it wouldn't work
sugar
with the
bomb.
style.
Yeah, which that's okay.
By the way, shout out to Blueprint in the house right now with the man bun. Apparently, he and the woman did the run this morning.
He and the woman.
He and the woman.
All right.
What was the name of the run? Hops Trot?
Yes.
Okay.
The Hop Trot, where every jogger gets a lager.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead to the next one.
You probably don't want to drink that one next.
I don't.
Don't tell her what to do.
That is the Living the Dream.
Oh, I thought this was the Paulo. Oh, yeah, this is
that one.
The other way around.
After the Living Dream, you will not be able to taste anything else. So.
Hey.
Fair enough.
That's the one, that you shared last night. Don't give me that look. I'm trying to pace
You're going
myself.
slow today.
Come on.
First interview of the
We
day.
have like 9 hours of drinking to do.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but they're
know.
little tiny glasses.
They're a little tiny.
True, so you got to try harder.
Yeah, but these are not little tiny beers, John.
That's only 6.9%.
Only.
Yeah.
Which one is this one?
This is the Porter aged on Palo Santo wood.
Oh, the Palo Santo.
I remember this one when we were there.
This beer was the reason we first came to your brewery.
Oh, really?
Because Mark Graves messaged us or something, and he's like, have you guys been to Spellbound yet? And we're like, no. And they're like, they make this beer on Palo Santo wood, and they make this oatmeal cookie beer. You guys need to go.
And we have both of those today.
And they were both amazing beers, and that's why we went.
Oh.
Oh, you do the oatmeal cookie one here?
We do. Oh. Stop by. We have some.
I will.
Or we'll send Rich.
True.
Yes, this is the Porter aged on Palo Santo wood. It used to be called Palo Santo Porter, and there's some other brewery that said, hey, we'd really like if you didn't use that name. And we said, okay, we changed it. Yeah, so we're good with that. So it's Porter aged on Palo Santo wood. It's our base porter, and we just aged it on Palo Santo wood sticks. But it gives it like this real nice coconutty, like little anise. Some people detect mint. I still don't get it, but it's strange.
Yeah, I could see that.
Actually, like slightly in the back end if you think about it hard enough.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things,
Like a
though.
peppermint.
Like some people detect it, others don't.
But like a fresh peppermint, not like candy cane peppermint.
Yes.
But I don't think I would detect it if you wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
So
It could be the green shirt, too.
Oh, yes. So this one was kind of a surprise for us, like a happy surprise. Like we did it, we brewed it, a couple years ago. Now I can actually say that. And we put it on tap at the brewery, and that's the great thing about the tasting room. It's like you get to see what people like, don't like, and this is one that people kept on drinking and asking for, so we brewed bigger and bigger batches of it. And then we entered it in Great American Beer Fest.
I was going to ask about that. I was looking it up as we speak.
And we completely forgot that we entered beer in the Beer Fest.
And
we were canning IPA, and then all of a sudden we got a text from our friend Kate. She's like, hey, you guys just won a silver medal at GABF. And knowing Kate, if you know her, I was like, oh, yeah, very funny. But then we got a bunch of social media messages and all that. Right. I'm like, okay, I guess we actually won something. And it's like, holy cow, I can't believe. Like, we were 8 months in at that point, and silver medal for the Palo Santo. So year 2, we're like, all right, entered Palo Santo again. And so not this last year, the year before that, October, we're like, we were live streaming it. We had it on in the brewery. We're sitting there watching it, and we got nothing.
Oh, no.
See, the trick is to
But
not pay
fast
attention.
forward.
Yes.
The story's not over.
Yeah, so October 2017, we're sitting there canning pale ale. We completely forgot about JABF again. And got a text from, the first one was from Mark Haney, a friend of ours. He's very active in beer community and all that. Great guy. And he texts, he's like, hey, you won a gold medal. And
you're like,
I was
yeah.
like, for what? Because you're only allowed to enter 4 beers.
Right.
So like, for what? And I was hoping it was going to be the Palo. And then started getting more texts. And every text is like, congrats on the gold. And we're like, for what? I have no idea. So we spent like the first hour stewing over trying to figure out what the heck beer. Like we finally we logged in to check it out. It's like, holy cow, we got a gold medal for the Palo Santo, which the silver medals, it was awesome. And, with judging, it can be just, you happen to get lucky that day.
Yeah.
But when we got the gold, so 2 out of 3 years, silver and a gold, we felt like, hey, you know what, Palo Santo is a thing, and we're really happy about the beer. But yeah, we're so happy. And actually, that's one that we started canning. Like we do small one-off batches of it that we'll can, and we have it in the tasting room right now. So
That's awesome.
It blows my mind that they don't tell you what you like. The judges don't tell you that you won. That you have to hear it from other people. And then
they'll mail
of course
you the
get
medal.
the medal, right? You get the medal in the mail, but that's not the first time that we've heard the story of somebody texted you saying we won. You're like, oh, haha, funny.
Well, you have to understand how this works. While it's happening, there are people on Twitter that are constantly live tweeting.
Right.
Like every year, I'm like constantly refreshing my Twitter feed, watching. So unless you're there watching it live or following it on
you won't
Twitter,
know.
you don't know.
It blows my mind that
It's
you
not
can
like,
hear it from
hold
other
on,
people first.
before we announce the next winner, we
Although-
have to call and tell Spellbound that
Well, figured they would let you guys know before they announce it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how.
Like some kind of heads up, so you don't get caught off guard.
I don't know
think people
how
are lying
much
to you.
No, but there's a
leeway.
big ceremony.
Yeah.
And a lot of the brewers and people
but
are
if
there.
you go to if you get an award, people can know ahead of time, but then you just can't tell people.
What if they open the wrong
There's
envelope?
like an NDA. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yes. Well,
Moving on to
and
this
the
next
gold
beer.
medal for barrel aged goes to Pabst Blue Ribbon.
We did have some of that. Yeah.
Ladybird. Wait.
Yay.
So this is the Firkin, right?
Yes, we have a
man.
Firkin. It's our Living the Dream Imperial Stout, which was our second anniversary beer. 11.5%. We wanted something big, chocolatey. It's a pretty massive beer. Again, hides the alcohol very well. Scary.
Yeah, it does.
But this is aged.
Oh my friggin' god!
Yeah, thank you. On coffee beans, vanilla beans, and a little bit of maple syrup. And yeah, this is a dessert in a glass. It's yeah, this is a beer I think we're going to have to scale up a bit more and maybe bottle
I agree.
it. Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll never forget one of the thing that struck me when we first recorded at Spellbound was, I mean, all your beers are great, but how great you do like dark beers.
Oh yeah,
And
I
it was,
remember that.
I think it was one of the first times that I found a brewery that it wasn't like, oh, their IPAs are great or oh, their lagers are great. It was like, oh, you do dark beers and like dark beers aged on stuff like really well. And I've always really liked that about Spellbound.
Oh, thank you.
sure.
Me too, because I love dark beers,
Yeah,
especially dark beers like this.
This would go well with a donut, just saying.
Oh, donuts. Yeah.
Just saying. I just saw the donut coupon there.
Yeah. Good donuts are great donuts. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, John, we have to get back out to you guys because it was so much fun, and
Definitely.
you guys are continue to kill it with the beers. So, good luck with everything this year, and who knows, maybe you'll win Super Gold. I don't know. I don't know what's
Super
beyond gold.
Super
but-
gold. Ooh. No,
Platinum.
2 golds.
No, we want double diamonds. Yeah.
Double
diamonds.
Oh wait, I was playing too many slots last night.
Well, yeah, John, thank you for coming up to the table, man. It was great to catch up with you, and yes, we do need to get back out there.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
Kudos
Cheers.
and cheers,
Thank
man. The next brewery we have coming on now has a special place in my heart because we shared breakfast
Yes.
together. and I can't say that for many people that are here at this festival. I can say with like 1 or 2, probably from Evil Genius or even the guys at Hopheads.
Yeah.
But we were lucky enough to have breakfast sitting next to Rob, who is from Transmitter. Rob, how are you?
Good. It's the first time at the Atlantic City Beer Festival, so
Nice.
a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It is a lot
That's
to take in.
a great way to describe it.
How's it been treating you so far? I mean, I know there's only been 1 session in the book so far, but how'd it go?
It's been great. People are really friendly. Seem to be into the beer, so
Good. Yeah, we had a couple of them yesterday, and I was a fan of every single one that we tried.
thank you.
Now, Steph, you had been to Transmitter before, right?
Yes.
Then in Queens, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, we're in Long Island City, Queens,
Okay.
which is right north. The south is part of Queens, next to Brooklyn.
Oh, cool.
But you're soon moving to a larger location, correct?
We are moving to the Brooklyn Navy Yards, which is a weird little neighborhood that encompasses Clinton Hill, Fort Greene, and Dumbo.
Very cool. Do you have a timetable? I know that's a hard question to ask a brewery owner.
So we signed a lease 6 months ago. We looked at the place over a year ago for the first time. It's New York City is our landlord, so everything is dealing with New York City. So you can imagine it's we'll be ready in 19 or 18, maybe the beginning of 2018, and now the mid 2018. For them, 6 months is nothing, and for a brewery, it's
everything.
A lot. Yeah. To be spinning your wheels and not moving forward on it. Yeah, definitely.
Well, how long has Transmitter been around?
It's over 4 years now.
Oh wow, cool. I admittedly don't get up to New York as much as I would like to.
You should. There's some great beer in that area.
Oh yeah.
It's changed a lot in the last couple of years, for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
I feel like beer is one of the big reasons that Brooklyn, Queens, that whole area, it's just like, I don't want to say revitalized, because, I mean, it's a great area, but it's just brought new life or a different life. No, I don't want to use that word.
Yeah, it's been gentrified.
I mean, yeah. But I guess up in New York, there's not a whole lot of space in a lot of areas, so you kind of have to be out there, and I guess the boroughs that are a little more spread out, I guess.
Yeah. Like where we are now, it's probably the most expensive part of New York City outside of Manhattan.
Yeah.
So Long Island City rents have basically doubled and tripled over the last 2 years.
I'm not super familiar with a whole lot of the brewery scene in New York, but is there like a good survival rate for new breweries up there? I mean, you've made it 4 years now, so you've obviously done something right, but
I think in the last 4 years, maybe 2 breweries have closed.
Okay.
2 or 3 breweries, depending how you look at it. Greenport Beer Works, which was Kelso, Heartland Brewing. They did contract brewing for a bunch of smaller breweries. They actually lost their lease and was part of that Brooklyn gentrification.
Right.
Hollander just announced that they closed. We don't really know why. And I can't think of many other smaller breweries that have gone out of business.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it would be like super competitive, but I don't really have any reason to back that
There
up.
are a crap ton of breweries
Other
in that
than
area.
just it's a very crowded area.
We counted the other day, and it's 35 breweries in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah. Wow.
There was 14, I think, when we started.
I was going to say, that's probably gone up a lot very recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is sort of slowing down. I think it's getting harder and harder to find the right real estate.
Yeah.
Well, especially if the rents have gone up, like you'd said. I mean, that's going to be a huge part of it.
So, I mean, we've been shown stuff anywhere from $30 to $100 a square foot.
Wow. God. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
And
these people don't realize it's manufacturing, and there's no matter how good the beer is or how rare the beer is, you can only charge so much because it's beer.
Yeah.
Right. There's a ceiling.
Yeah, and it's not like I could take 1,000 square feet at $100 or $100 a square foot and make it work because you don't have any room for manufacturing. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, those are bar prices. Like, you literally have to run a bar.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And try to make beer magically.
Wow. And do you guys package and distribute?
Yeah, we're actually distributed in 7 states.
Okay.
The bottles travel well. Everything we do is bottle condition, can condition, or keg condition.
Okay.
And we don't really do very many hoppy beers. So we like to say the last beer we drink out of a batch is the best one.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Speaking of beer, the first beer is S4 Saison, I believe.
That's correct. That's what we call our classic Saison. It's Pilsner and some wheat, some modern Southern Hemisphere hops, and fermented with French Saison yeast.
And this is one of the beers you're canning, correct?
Yeah, this one in a can, the first batch that we've ever canned. So we did this beer and a golden ale and can condition it. We've been testing can conditioning for the last 6 months with our mobile canner, who's Ironheart. And it's a great package. Holds up really well. It's been pretty cool so far.
So how long does that take from when you package till it can be sold and consumed?
So to condition, basically carbonates in 2 weeks, and then hopefully another 2 weeks to actually for the beer to come together. Like these Saisons like a little bit of time, sort of, to mature. So we would never release this beer in a bottle that quickly, but in the can it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Right.
Is it because the can is smaller that it can condition faster than the bottle?
No, just Yeah, I don't. Just more of a can. How you look at cans differently.
I see what you're saying because people want cans.
Yeah,
that's like
people want
that's the hip way to drink
It
beers
is.
now, which is hilarious because it was no one would drink beer from a can.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like craft beer drinkers would
They turn their noses up at cans.
I mean, I guess Oscar Blues changed all that.
That's true.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely. And Sly Fox canned really early on as well.
Yeah. And the 360 cans.
Yeah, those are cool.
Which I kind of love. So the other beer I get is the Apricot Goza, right?
That's right. It's a tart Goza, pretty big hit of sea salt, and that's a kettle sour beer. We sour beer kettle, or we do it in wood. But this is a fast sour.
The apricot it's so nice, and it tastes like I'm chewing a fresh apricot. How did you do that?
Salt really accentuates that apricot.
It does, yeah,
and really makes it chewy. Like it's like you're chewing on like a salty apricot.
Yeah, and you get like the sea salt in the end. Like I think, like in the aftertaste, you really get that nice. Kind of dries it up too. That's really nice. Those are both really good. I like both.
Delicious.
I normally don't like Gozas, but that apricot really adds a nice layer to it. And even from the aroma going into it, it's wow. This is great.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, our sour program, we're trying to do like really clean sours. Like we don't like any of that weird off flavor stuff that people sometimes so it's important to us to have it super clean and just really have that citrus, lemony tartness.
Well, and I think if you take that approach, it's a lot harder. Like I think if you are a brewery that does a lot of like crazy, funky, wild, like stinky feet horse blanket beers, it's easy to have something go wrong and just pass it off like that's how it was supposed to be.
Right.
Whereas if you're aiming for clean, like you really have to hit the mark, you know.
And we do have those horse blankety funky beers. It's just a different thing. You know?
Right.
There is a time and a place for those.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah, I just don't. You can't call it a Goza, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah.
Depends who you're serving it to.
That's true.
Well, the fun part is like we have a double up as well, and people are like, "Is that a double IPA?" And we're like,
"No, you clearly don't know what you're doing."
Totally different thing.
I should have brought a triple and really fucked with people.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
Well, it was awesome having breakfast with you this morning.
It was great.
And thanks.
breakfast was delicious.
Yeah, what was the name of the place again? I already forgot. Gilchrist? Is that what it was?
Gilchrist.
All right.
Yeah. Delicious. Right on the marina.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
Really good food. I feel
Shout
like
out.
we have a good base for a good part of the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
Pancakes,
are great.
eggs. Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, pancakes and now good beer. And good company,
sure.
too.
Thanks.
Yes. It was
Thanks for
great.
having me
Yeah,
on.
great meeting you, Rob. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll get up there one day to...
Please
Yeah.
come visit.
Oh, I'll be back in a couple weeks.
That's
Don't
right,
worry.
you will. All right. Awesome. Thanks,
Cheers,
Rob.
thanks.
Cheers. Well, joining us now at the table, somebody who I'm guessing likes to curse a lot. By the question we were just asked before we went into this intro, the question was, can we curse? So we said, of course, you can say whatever the fuck you want. And the answer was, all right. So we have joining us from Rusty Rail, we've got Guy. How are you, my friend?
I'm fantastic. A little chipped up, a little hungover, but that's like the way it's supposed to be, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep. Exactly.
It's AC Beer Fest.
It is day 2. That's how you start.
I'm actually a little surprised that I am not hungover. I didn't necessarily get drunk, but I drank a lot and didn't keep up with water.
We're professionals.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
that word's used loosely.
When we checked into the hotel, they didn't have our room, even though we had like reserved it. So they like bumped us into this like one queen bed for 3 of us and a jacuzzi.
Well, at least you had the jacuzzi.
Yeah. So like I was just in the jacuzzi
I was
until
gonna
like
say, so
5:30
just-
this morning.
Yeah, run the jacuzzi all night.
Did you just sleep in the jacuzzi?
I thought about it and I was like, I'm not very buoyant. Like I might drown. So.
Or, I mean, just drain it out.
Oh no, you leave the water and you gotta do that.
Just throw some blankets in there and just whatever.
You don't know. You like it's like a beer man soup kind of thing. It's
Beer
good.
man soup.
Oh my god.
No,
Very nice.
you don't.
my
You're
God.
making faces like you guys don't think that's like a desirable thing.
To each their own. To each their own. So where is Rusty Rail?
So we say like the heart of Pennsylvania. It's in this really, really small town, Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania, like right in the center of the state.
Oh, cool.
So Bucknell University is probably the most like famous university in that area. We're like 10 minutes west of there.
Yeah, one of my friends went there for his one of his masters or some shit.
One of his masters or some shit.
One
You
of
guys have poured at the Schuylkill County Beer Fest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I've had your beers before.
Oh, cool.
We've
Cool.
done that fest a few times. Sadly, we won't be there this year because we're going to MMRBQ, but
Oh, that's right.
which happens to be on the same day. But yeah, that's where we've had you.
Yeah, cool.
So you brought 2 beers to the table. What should we do first?
I would try the white apricot IPA Swing Tree.
Which is not that one.
Yeah,
Not the one that smells
not
like
the-
peanut butter.
Not the peanut butter one.
Pretty obvious.
So that was like our New England style IPA before like juicy New England style IPAs were a thing. So we've been doing, well, I guess they were a thing like 3 years ago, but we called it a white IPA. It's basically a New England style IPA with apricot. Hazy, delicious, all mosaic hops, very fruity.
It's quite tasty.
It's very
Awesome,
nice.
thanks.
It's very juicy.
Yeah.
As the cool kids are saying?
Yes.
Wait, what is happening? These people are bringing an entire flight of beer.
Now I'm jealous.
Freaking upstagers. I bring you 2 little plastic mugs, and these guys have, like...
I think they're our next interview, actually.
I really like that. So we just had Transmitter on, and they also had an apricot beer.
Okay.
And it was very forward with the apricot. This is not. It's more of a subtle apricot flavor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which
the hops have to be
right.
the
So the
shining
hops,
star.
because that one was the apricot goza. This one's of course, the New England IPA. But man, this is very well rounded out.
Yeah, real fruit. It's not just like a flavoring or anything like that. It's a real fruit puree.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Shit's getting a little crazy next to us right now.
Wow.
They have Viking helmets.
Only at the AC Beer Fest.
Someone should tell those guys to shut the fuck up. It's not going to be me. There's like 8 of them, and they look muscly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not
I
going to be me
feel like
either.
they're gonna start a fight by the end of the day.
Probably.
So how far do you guys distribute?
So we do Ohio, New Jersey, all of Pennsylvania, soon to be doing Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
And in what format are you distributing your beers?
So we do bottles, cans, and draft.
And just clap your hands. Wonderful.
And just what?
And just clap your hands.
Yeah.
Bottles and cans.
Oh, yeah, little Beck reference?
Yes!
Yeah, Fool's Gold is in that WoW song.
Yes,
The Fool's
it is.
Gold Room.
Yep, you got it. So
Tying it all together.
I'm going to drink the peanut butter beer now.
Wow. So yeah, this is a peanut butter beer that doesn't look like it would have peanut butter in it.
Yeah, so kind of the story behind... Yeah, right? Okay.
I can't wait to get my hands on this one.
Okay. So it's a Hefeweizen with peanut butter. So obviously the Hefeweizen...
Oh.
Those guys are cheering for Fool's Gold.
They started
They're hyped.
early. Dude just broke like 3 pretzels off his necklace.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That's my hype crew. I brought them with me. I want to make this podcast lit.
That's impressive. That beer's really good, by
Thanks,
the way.
man. Yeah, we're really proud of it.
The peanut butter Hefeweizen.
Yeah,
that's
so
interesting.
I mean, I'm sure you're putting it together, but Hefeweizen yeast gives off like banana esters, so you combine that with the peanut butter.
It pairs perfectly.
Peanut butter banana sandwich. The mold is
Peanut butter
like
banana
the
sandwich
bread.
with a baseball bat.
That's incredible.
Yeah, right? It's good
Oh,
stuff.
it's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
I do damn would love it.
That beer's been like the door opener for us because like most people are like, okay, small town brewery from Mifflinburg, why are we going to sell their beer in Ohio or New Jersey? Well, we like dropped Fool's Gold and we're like, let's go. Like, and people are opening doors and putting us on tap mostly because of that.
That's
and then
awesome.
like they try our other stuff like the Swing Tree and everything else in it.
Dan is now.
We're
boarding,
not getting it back.
I don't know what happened to the rest of this beer.
Word.
Just
I mean,
throwing
there's
it
more.
out there. Yeah,
we got
right.
more.
Yeah.
No, this is great.
You can finish that one. We can go get more. It's
So
all right.
I've got a question about the peanut butter in it. And I like to every now and then think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to brewing and using things like this.
Yeah.
How is the peanut butter added? Is it like the powder? Is it?
It's a natural liquid extract.
There we go. Okay.
So like if you mess, obviously, if you mess with real peanut butter or real any nuts, it's going to have oils. It's going to ruin head
Right.
retention. Just going to be a pain in the butt. So
I've only ever seen it work right once with real peanut butter, and it was in a cider. It wasn't even in a beer. But this is so great.
So the other awesome thing about Fool's Gold is it's like completely peanut allergy free. So even though it
That's
isn't-
even better.
So
Yeah.
even though it's a natural peanut butter extract, people can still drink it that have peanut allergies. So that's pretty
That's
cool.
super cool. So that's a way you can get your peanuts and not die.
Yeah, right. You have to
That
drink
should
our
be
beer.
the logo on the can.
Drink our 8% beer and like not die.
It's
from
just be a
peanuts.
peanut with like a nurse's cap.
Yeah.
Wait, that's 8%.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Holy shit.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's why it's an Imperial Hefeweizen.
There it is. There it is.
Peanut butter Imperial Hefeweizen. Those are 3 words that do not belong together, but
should
they
be
work
together,
so well.
but it's really nice. Yeah.
Wow, this is so good.
Yes,
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
we've done extensive internet research, and we're the only people to make this beer.
Really? Wow.
Extensive. Like, we looked at Untapped once.
Like you did Google and Bing.
Just,
Did you say we looked on Untapped once?
yeah.
I love it. I love
This
it.
is so good. You're right. You wouldn't think it would work, but sorry, I'm going to gush about this beer now because it's fucking incredible.
No, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Definitely right up your alley, Dan.
I just have wow in my head now, so I'm happy.
Like, wow.
You guys don't know how relieved I am that this isn't, like, videotaped.
No, I don't belong on video.
For those people listening at home, I'm ugly. And
Oh,
super.
Christ.
that is not true. Don't be so hard on yourself.
That's fun.
Well, I'm so glad we got to meet you, Guy, and thank you for bringing these delicious beers. And we're also from Pennsylvania, so we need to come up sometime and hang out.
Yeah, little plug for our pub. Like, we have a 2-story giant brew pub with restaurant and everything.
Amazing.
So, cool. So, like, if you're like a beer destination person, our place is like pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right.
Well, yeah, thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome
Thank you.
guy.
Thank you so much. Cheers, man.
Yeah, take care.
I think this is a first for us at a fest, and I'm quite okay with that. We were delivered actual flights on like actual paddle boards. Well, I guess they're kind of like surfboards, but as it would normally be a paddleboard, like with the actual handle and shit, like not like actual like paddleboard you go in the ocean with.
Yeah.
I'm already derailing. But
we call those waves because they're on surfboards.
That makes sense.
Flight, we call them a wave.
That makes so
you get a
much
wave
sense.
instead
I like
of a
that.
flight.
I like that. Well, we have joining us Rob from Ship Bottom. Rob, how are you, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Thank you so much for coming up here and bringing these with you.
Thank you.
It was you were easy to spot walking through the crowd with the flights.
Yeah. Almost got tackled a couple times.
I can imagine.
I'm sure.
I can imagine. And we were wondering who they were for, and then we made the nice realization that they're for us.
Yeah.
Did you were you planning on doing waves here? I must have flights. Were you planning on doing waves here anyway? Or?
No, I had some issues with the ice, with keeping the beer cold, the cans we had, so this was probably the best way to do it.
Nice. Well, I like it. And there's, as you know, you would expect, 4 in there, and I'm very excited to get through them. But I want to know about Ship Bottom. Where are you guys? How long has Ship Bottom been around?
So we're located right now. We're in Beach Haven, New Jersey, on Long Beach Island, down out of Bay Village.
Okay.
We've been in that location since August 2016. We actually started as a nano brewery, so we are dual licensed. We have a license in Pennsylvania to manufacture and a license in New Jersey.
Oh.
So we're based, the original company was based out of Wallingford, Pennsylvania. Got our licensing in 2012, fall of 2012.
Oh, wow.
1 barrel facility. Started out as just getting a couple kegs out to different bars, restaurants, and then built the brand up when I was able to get investment money, capital, and then opened our spot in August 2016 down at Beach Haven.
Do you still do anything in Pennsylvania?
No, but right now we're working with Sly Fox on some of our beers because we can't keep up.
Yeah.
So instead of producing 15 barrels at a time, we're doing 120 barrels.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
We love Cyclops.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
they're great guys.
Yes,
Was
we do.
it always your plan to like grow beyond that facility and then
I was
go
thinking
somewhere else?
Yeah, I was thinking we would. We're looking at different locations. You know, it's still a little bit off, but we're looking at ways. The best way right now is to work with Sly Fox.
Yeah.
To fill in that void because we absolutely get crushed in the summer during the busy season.
Wow. Oh, that's great. It's a good problem to have.
I guess.
Well, I feel like we should drink a beer because there's so many. What should we start with?
There's a lot of them
I would
here.
start with the Mexican Stout.
I was hoping you'd say that.
That's my favorite beer that we make. So
Just look how pretty that head is.
It's really nice.
I had Stone's Mexican Stout at the GABF in 2016 and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So decided to make something similar. Our Stout's 9%. It has Mexican coffee, Mexican chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla bean, ancho, and chipotle peppers in there. A little bit of lactose around it out.
That sounds
It's really
awesome.
good. Could use more heat.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just a little bit in the back end.
It's never enough heat for stuff.
Never enough heat for me.
I think it's fine.
Do you do like
Well,
any?
we also have the Chicken or Egg IPA, which we don't have here today, that we brewed with a restaurant. So Chicken or Egg is a restaurant on LBI.
Mm-hmm.
They're famous for their chicken wings, so we use hot peppers in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
nice.
Very
Finish
nice.
is real strong.
Do you ever do like any Firkins or anything with your stuff? And okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. We have casks actually here.
Oh.
So we're pouring different sessions. Last night we did Stupid Paddle Boat with pineapple. We also, today we're doing the Beach Patrol with watermelon, and tonight we're doing the Shack with blood oranges. And then we're handling the Hefeweizen. So I think this is mojito style here, the Hefeweizen you're going to try. So we use some key limes and some mint with that.
Oh, nice.
That's one of the best things about coming to this fest is everyone brings something special.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, for sure.
We've done a ton of them, and we like to have fun. We like people that have fun when we're doing it. The only thing that's not having fun is my liver right now. My liver's got to rally.
I
It was
know.
made to regenerate. You're
Yeah.
fine.
That's the problem. Everyone brings these great beers, and we want to drink them all, but we have to record till 10 o'clock tonight. So
Oh, yeah.
we have
I'm
to
glad
say
I got one of
something.
the earlier interviews.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
you were
probably a good
smart.
thing.
Should we just go down the line?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
grab
yeah.
the next one.
So that's Stupid Paddle Boat. That's our session IPA. That's 4.7%. That's made with Citra, Azaka, and Mandarina Bavaria.
Ah.
A lot of oats in that. We wanted to get a lot of mouthfeel, so we didn't want to just do a watery session ale. We wanted to do a session IPA that made you feel like you're drinking a regular IPA.
It's very Jolly Rancher.
Thank you.
It's so good. And I appreciate that it's 4.7%.
Yeah, it's nice, and you're right. It does have a nice full body, even for being so low ABV.
Yeah, we haven't come across many that were lower ABV.
Yeah,
Everybody's like, this is 9%. This is 10%.
Yeah, we try to go across the board with some of these.
Oh, that's good.
That is very nice. That is really nice.
It's got more of a body than I would expect for 4 point. What was it? 7?
4.7. Yeah, that's what we were really trying. to do.
that's good. That's great. And you said you're handling that with pineapple, was it?
No, that's on cask with pineapple. That was last night.
Okay.
Is this the lager?
That's a lager.
Yes.
So that's Barnegat Lager, named after Barnegat Lighthouse. We wanted to call it Barnegat Light, but with the TTB, then I would have to classify it as a light beer.
Right,
so it's just Barnegat Lager.
That's annoying.
So that's a Marzen. That's 6.3%. That's one of the beers we're doing with Sly Fox, too, to keep up with capacity.
That's one of the beers you should be doing with Sly Fox, because they do this style very well. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice.
Oh my God,
this needs to be in a can.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, we used to do. We did the lager in 16-ounce cans and everything else in 12s. But now we moved everything else in 16-ounces. So everything we produce is in 16s. So that's coming out of our brewery and Sly Fox in draft and can 16-ounce cans.
Oh, delicious! I love that beer. I'm a lager girl.
I love them. That is an understatement.
So this is Shack IPA.
That's a Shack. That's our flagship IPA.
Not Shack like basketball shack.
No. There's a little
Love
beach shack. There's a little beach shack that was on the outside of LBI on the bridge that got destroyed by Hurricane Sandy. It was a duck hunting shack, and that's what we named it after.
Oh, very cool.
So that's Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. That's 6%, and that's another beer that we do at our brewery and also with Sly Fox in cans and on draft.
He said one of your favorite words.
He did. He said Simcoe. That's really nice. I like that.
That's delicious.
So that's out in Mass right now.
Damn it! I just want to.
I kind of feel like I wish we had more time to drink all these beers.
I know. This should be just a whole episode just with
right
now.
This is like a whole episode right here.
I'm going through them way too fast.
No, it's fine.
I'm very concerned about this beer as a vegetarian.
Yeah, that's.
Is there real bacon in it?
Bacon extract. So there is.
So is that vegetarian?
I would say no.
You're going to drink it anyway.
Yeah, a little bit.
I did the goat brain beer.
Yep.
I'm just taking it.
And the brisket one that was aged on brisket.
You also drank a brisket beer, so it's fine.
That we used a lot of smoked malts in there, so that was actually mesquite smoked malt.
Damn it! Why'd you have to put bacon in? It's actually really good.
I am so excited to try this.
And that's with maple syrup, coffee, chocolates.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, maple syrup, bacon, coffee, chocolates.
Wait, hurry up!
It's like a Rauch beer, but it's got like a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah, the maple syrup really gives it a smoothness.
Yeah, you're gonna like this, Dan.
9.4%.
See, I sure hope so.
9.4%.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And it is 12:30, 12:40. We're really getting it in early.
We shouldn't have started drinking at 10 o'clock. That was a bad idea.
We'll be fine.
Oh my God!
Not our first rodeo. That is really nice.
That's not even fair. I really like dark beers. I really like high ABV beers. And bacon might as well be my middle name.
Yeah. Well,
this is fucking great.
Our brewer came from Duck Rabbit. So
that explains it.
Dark beers, and
we
do a lot of. It's funny because in the summertime, people think of us as just a beach brewery, but we come out with so many excellent stouts, porters, and then even the Doppelbock that he does. They're awesome beers.
Nice. I get.
And then here's the.
That's Beach Patrol, but it's special.
Yeah, that has a little bit of mint and key lime in it.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I feel like this will get the bacon out of my mouth.
But I want to keep the bacon in my mouth.
Oh.
Is it cleansing you of animal flesh?
If there was a beer that represented the word bright, this would be it.
Oh, interesting.
That's super good.
What's the correct literary term for that?
For what?
Like it embodies it. It is the representation of it. There's
quintessential, or
no? It's like
there is a word.
I know, and I can't think of it.
I can't think of it either.
Oh my God!
We're so stupid.
I'll think of it tomorrow.
And that's just that's our summer beer, so we get that out. Beach Patrol, it's 5.2% alcohol, just nice and refreshing.
Oh, good, yeah.
Well, we are at the beach. Doesn't matter if it's freezing out.
Yeah.
And here's our Doppelbock. I'll just keep them coming.
Yeah, that's
8.5%.
I'm excited for this one.
I'm still on the Beach Patrol. I love the aroma of it.
I love me a good Doppelbock.
Yes. Give me all the German styles.
You are right. This Beach Patrol is bright.
It's
And
great.
that was a good way to describe that.
Wait, is it lime, mint? Is there mango in it too?
No, we
Not
had a
this
version
one?
last night that we ran with mango in there.
Someone didn't make this one on Untapped yet.
Yeah, I didn't do it. That's my fault. I'll fall on my sword here.
I'll
Sorry
just
about
check it in as the Hefeweizen.
It's a little lighter bodied, and I like it.
This was
It's
the Doppelbock, right?
Yeah.
And the last one I have for you is our blueberry wheat, bikini bottom blueberry wheat. This one is, we're in Jersey, so we had to do something with Jersey with blueberries. So this is a fan favorite.
So blueberries are a Jersey thing because we
Yeah.
had the most amazing blueberry pancakes this morning.
Oh yeah, they're definitely a Jersey thing.
That's awesome.
Hamilton's the the blueberry capital of the world.
I did not know that. I used to
Wait,
work in
it's
Cherry
the
Hill.
blueberry capital of the world for reals?
That's amazing. I was
I didn't
surprised
even
to learn
know.
about Jersey corn, and then there was Jersey tomatoes, and now there's blueberries. What else have I not been informed about in my Pennsylvania life?
Oh, I know. Where are you guys from in Pennsylvania?
Wayne and I live in Philly, and
We're
Steph-
all originally from the Reading
yeah,
area.
so like an hour west, hour and a half
I'm
west.
in Delco. That's why I was
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so what else is Jersey apparently known for? Do you know, as a Delco guy? Is this
tomatoes,
Is this-
corn.
all right, good.
Blueberries.
And cheap gas that they pump for you
Exactly,
still.
yeah.
The
No, they
last
don't
thing-
pump for you anymore.
Really?
No, that changed.
Oh, did they?
I thought Jersey still did.
Oh no, Oregon doesn't now.
changed, and everybody
Jersey
thought they were
does.
going to die.
Jersey's the
That's
only
right.
one
Jersey is now the last.
That's
You're
right.
right.
That's right. Jug handles, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, who just lost another 20 pounds.
Good for him.
Really?
Yeah, he had a massive heart attack and almost died, and then he
I
went
saw that, yeah.
vegan and lost 20 more pounds.
Wow.
Oh, he did actually go vegan? Wow. Good for him. Maybe that's all it'll take for me is a massive heart attack.
Jesus.
We're actually doing a collaboration with 2SP next week.
Oh, how cool.
that's
for
nice.
Philly Beer Week. So we're going to do a mango goza.
Oh, cool.
So I found a gentleman that owns a company that harvests sea salt from the Barnegat Bay.
Oh, nice.
So we were able to pick up some of the sea salt. They're coming down on Tuesday to brew with us, and that's going to be available for Philly Beer Week on draft and in cans.
Nice.
We love Philly
Something
Beer
to
Week.
look forward to.
And then our cerveza that we're coming out, we're also going to use that sea salt and some lime in that. That will be Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
That's a
That
good
sounds
idea.
amazing.
Very nice.
Are you all right?
I think so.
Well, I got to say, thank you for bringing
no
us
worries. Thanks for having
two
us.
Yeah.
whole flights of beer. That was really nice.
Waves. 2 whole waves.
Two whole waves of beer.
That's really cool. And I'm hoping we got a shot of the beer on the surfboards.
I did.
All right, good. Because I really like that. It's so simplistic in its design, but it fits ship bottom from what I know, from what I've learned in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're a very rustic brand. So.
What I've learned is we need to go there.
Yeah, definitely.
exactly.
Anytime, let us know.
Yeah,
we're open all year on weekends, and in the summer 7 days a week.
Nice.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Well, hopefully we can get there and do a podcast.
Sounds good.
Fingers
That'd be
crossed.
awesome.
Yeah, just let me know.
Cool. All right. Well, Rob, thank you so much for coming up here with
Yeah,
us.
it was
Thanks
awesome
so
to
much.
meet you.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time.
All right. Cheers, man. I have only just now started feeling the effects of everything we've been drinking. Apologies all around. But joining us
It's too early for you to be saying that.
Shush, there's food I'll buy at some point. But adding fuel to the fire now, somebody very excited to have on the show. We have Rachel coming up here from Berlin Brewing. How are you, Rachel?
Good. Good. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming up to the table.
Are you really?
They can't see my face.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That is the truth.
Yes.
That is the only reason we've survived this
Exactly.
long.
Yeah.
Because no one can see
For
our
5
faces.
years, we've realized no one can see us. It's fine. We're all right. We're all right.
It's all good.
So, Berlin Brewing, I'm assuming, is in Berlin,
In
New
Berlin,
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Okay. For anyone who's not familiar with the geography of Jersey, where is Berlin?
We are very close to Cherry Hill and Voorhees. So our brewery is located on the White Horse Pike. There's Berlin Fire Hall that's right near us, and a very old McDonald's and Heritage's farm.
Very old McDonald's.
It's
Find
been
the
there
very old
for a
McDonald's.
very long, long time. Yeah. Our brewery actually used to be the playhouse for McDonald's in the 80s.
No
That's how
way.
long
That's
it's been
actually
there.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Are there still like slides and ball pits or anything?
No, but when we first got the building, Grimace was still in there.
You should have kept
He was
it.
in the back. We tried. They had just sold it.
Yeah,
So
well,
we did try.
I would imagine
Yeah.
McDonald's would kind of have a problem if you use one of their characters.
Well, if it was like back
Yeah.
in like the brewing space where nobody like could see it, like that'd just be cool.
Just to
oh
have
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Or have it in the walk-in, like
Pulling an eye patch over
And,
it
like,
so it's not the same
don't
anymore.
So
tell-
it scares me every
Yeah,
time.
I was
I
going to
open the
say,
door.
every
well,
time
no.
I was there, it scared the shit out of you.
you don't tell new employees that it's in there. You just say, "Hey, go grab this thing out of the cold box
Like
or
their
whatever."
initiation.
And then yeah,
They shit their pants
Wearing
and
a
quit.
Jason mask, holding a machete.
Jesus. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Oh,
Should be.
my
Checks made payable too.
goodness.
But how long has Berlin Brewing been there?
We've been there for about 2.5 years.
Have you been there from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep, since day one.
All right. And have you So you said you're a manager there. Have you done any of the brewing? Have you lent a hand in that at all?
I do not. I stay on the business side in the tap
She's
room.
like, keep me the hell out.
The only time I go back there is change a keg. That's it.
Well, there you go. She's got more experience than me, so you're good. You're good. You got this. Well, what beers do you guys have here today?
We have our mild English ale, which is called a Grey Earl. It's a very light styled beer. It's only 4.8%. It's designed to be like an all-day drinker. It's flavored with bergamot, which comes from Earl Grey tea. So it's like an adult iced tea, I guess you could say.
You get the essence of Earl Grey, but it's not like Earl Grey can be a very harsh tea. At least in my opinion,
it's a very potent.
It's
tea,
very
yeah.
nice.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah.
This is the beer I've been wanting. Everyone keeps bringing these high alcohol, tasty beers, but I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
That's
I
why
need to
I'm
last
feeling
till
it.
10 o'clock.
We've had like 2 beers that were under 6% so far.
There's 3.
There you go.
Number 3.
Number 3. And then you have like these guys that bring 2 full flight paddles to the podcast.
I honestly thought that those were flights of the same beer when he came up here.
I know.
I didn't know we had 8
different
fucking beers that he was going to make us drink.
That's crazy.
They were all great. They were all so good.
I don't know how you're still sitting here.
The reason I'm feeling it is because I stood up and went over to meet up with a friend over there, and then I realized I can't walk as easily as I used to. And
that
that's
might
when
not
it
be the
hits.
beer. It might not be the
Oh,
beer.
shush.
Yeah, that's
So tell me about the atmosphere at Berlin Brewing.
Our brewing company is actually designed with a vintage baseball theme.
Oh, how cool.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
the original owners all met through coaching Little League Baseball for all their kids. And the one owner actually used to play for minor leagues. So the majority of the things that are in the brewery is his own. We have all the way from the early 1900s until recent baseball gloves everywhere, posters, pennants, baseballs that have been signed and donated.
That's super good. So I imagine there are televisions there to watch the games as well.
We do, yeah. Not live. They're on a delay, but we do have them on.
At least it's there.
Yeah, very slight delay.
Freaking Comcast.
Yes.
Well, yeah. For many, many,
and
many,
New
many
Jersey
other reasons.
brewing laws, so.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, for real?
How does that
Live
play in-
TV.
Really?
I believe they got rid of it, but it's very thin line. We're not really sure, so we just DVR it for a little bit. Make sure it's not live.
like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
that-
it's
and that's
it's-
okay.
All right.
Yeah,
so
it's not live.
enough time that the notification that comes to my phone that the Phillies scored.
We let everybody
would-
know. Don't check your
Don't
phones
look at your
if you're
phone
in the brewery.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just enough time that it's behind that. I got you.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That is insane.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah,
It
same
is
thing
a
where
thing.
you got to take a tour every time you come into our
Oh,
brewery.
yeah,
you have
don't
to
even
take
get
a
me
tour.
started with that.
I'm torn how I feel about that because some tours could be really cool. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
we
but
had
they
them-
shouldn't be compulsory.
They shouldn't.
to
You
go
shouldn't
into the
have
brewery.
to do it. It should be an option. Like Kate May's got a really cool one when you go in, but if I want to go in and just drink a beer, I don't. If I want to be
Although-
educated, I'll do it on my own time.
I will say that it's really cool to see. Now, we're all from Pennsylvania, so this is all very foreign to us.
Yeah.
But we've recorded podcasts at several Jersey breweries now. And it's really cool to see some of the creative ways the breweries
Right.
come up with satisfying
That's true.
that
We have a
obligation.
virtual tour.
Yeah, a lot of people do virtual tours.
So
They
the
have like
TV is as
printouts.
soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
It's
Is
right
it on
there.
a delay?
It is because it is not live.
It's
But no.
pre-recorded.
Yep.
Live
It
to
amazes
tape.
me that they
Yeah.
count that as a tour if it's a
Yeah.
virtual tour.
Yes, and then of course,
that's
if you
great.
do really want the full tour, they could always ask one of the people behind the bar to give a tour.
So do
and
you,
we're there for it.
Are you legally obligated to give anyone a tour that asks for it?
I believe so.
Wow.
I'm not 100%. Can't hold me to it. I do it anyway because they ask, and it's
Yeah.
better customer service.
Yeah, well, and I also feel like the mandatory tour is just like, oh, you got to do this. But if somebody asks for a tour, they genuinely want to
They
see
Right,
it.
right. And that, like in Pennsylvania, there are breweries that don't do tours. There are breweries that do, and there's some that'll charge you for it, and some that won't. So, like if you go to Trogs, it's a $5 buy-in to get to the tour. Like they're all sold out like a week or two before you would even go anyway.
But there's beer included.
There's beer included,
Yeah.
and then the tour I took the beginning of last year, where we had to pay for it. Like I got a pint glass. We opened up a bottle of La Grave after we were done. So like, there's really cool ways to do that. But I don't know that you should have to kind of drop what you're doing to give someone a tour if they ask for it. Like if I go in on a busy Saturday night and ask for a tour, you're gonna look at me and say, "Are you fucking serious?"
No, we're going to look at you with a smile and say, yes, we'll be right with you.
And then after I leave, you'll be like, "That guy's a fucking asshole." If he comes back
No.
in, spitting his beer.
I don't think Rachel would say that. She seems like a nice girl. So Wayne and I have already consumed this one, but you're going
haven't.
off on your
I'm
tangent.
sorry.
It's really good.
Yeah.
This is the
Reverence IPA.
So obviously not these two beers, but with the baseball theme, are there baseball themed names for the beers? Does that extend into the
You
naming?
would think that we would,
But
but
no?
no. All of our names either have to do strictly with the beer, or
Okay.
we have other beers that are come from the name of the town, like our Barrow Kolsch for Berlin Barrow.
Okay.
And it's usually pretty much named after the ingredients more than the baseball, but our beer list is set up as a starting lineup.
That's cool.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and then even on our website, we have the starting lineup, what beers are on deck, and then what beers are also on the bench.
Oh, that's cool.
So everything online is also baseball.
I like it. I like a good
Are those
theme.
the beers that suck if you're on the bench?
No, it's just, actually there's a lot on the bench that everybody wants to come back. It's just ones that we've decided.
So it's like they're
to replace with
just
other
slightly
things.
injured.
Yeah,
Slightly injured.
Slightly injured.
Well,
It's
usually,
like,
like,
or
if
we
you're
can't get
stubbed
those
his toe
ingredients
last
anymore
night.
if they were seasonal.
Right,
then
right.
we put them on the bench. But a lot of beers that have gone on the bench come back off anyway.
Right,
They're
right.
on the bench. We had an apricot IPA for the spring last year, so that's on the bench until spring decides to show up again, I guess.
Yeah.
It will eventually.
Yeah, no more
So-
last-minute snowstorms.
Yeah.
So,
No.
do you, I promise there's a rhyme to this reason. Do you serve flights there?
We do.
4 beers?
4 beers to a flight.
You should call it a walk.
Should be. I will pass that along because that is an awesome idea.
That's a good idea.
Or a home run, 4 bases to get home.
Yeah.
No, the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Grand
The
Slam.
Grand
Slam, because that's the 3 loaded.
Yeah,
and
but-
a
Well,
home
the
run.
Grand Slams should be like getting everything on the board. Like,
You
I want to fly
also-
on
Flight
everything.
of all of them.
You might get sued by Denny's.
True.
Isn't that, wait, that's like the, isn't it the
Could we
Grand
spell it
Salami or
different?
something?
2 M's.
2 M's instead of
No,
1.
no, all you have to do is put it on a delay.
2 M's.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I don't know where we go from there. That was Radio
I
Gold
don't
right
even
there.
know either.
Yeah.
I have to check in this beer. That's where I have to go.
These are both really good. I really
They
enjoyed
really
both
were.
these beers.
And I think, like, Earl Grey, I've had a few beers that were brewed with Earl Grey, and so far, I don't know if it's an easy tea to work with. I don't know how that works when you're brewing with it.
Well, I
but
think
this handles it very, very well. I don't know if it's a hard tea.
Well, I know it's not the exact tea, it's just the bergamot. I'm
Right.
assuming it's pretty easy to work with. It has been one of the 3 beers that we have had on since we opened day 1.
Okay.
They're
Oh, wow.
One of the 3 that we haven't rotated out.
And I feel like it's a kind of tea that lends itself to working well with beer. Just given the characteristics of the tea itself, like I think it just
Well, and
complements.
especially with that style. I
yeah,
think it
and an
complements
English
quite
beer,
nicely.
you kind of think Earl Grey. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, Rachel, you did a spectacular job here.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I hope
You were
it was
awesome.
not
They
as,
sent the right person.
Yeah, I hope the nerves are a little more calm
Don't
now.
let them know that because they keep sending me.
Well, maybe if we get to Berlin and we do a podcast, maybe we can have you on. Now that you're the season pro
I
at
am
Berlin.
always there.
That's
there we go.
true.
Cool. Well, I hope we can make that happen, and thank you so much for coming up here.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for having us.
Have
All right,
fun.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks.
In all fairness, this episode is being pieced together bit by bit, little by little, which is why there's not a whole lot of background noise right now. But we had a lot of really cool interviews so far, with so many more to come.
We had some really great interviews that we've actually done, and a few that you've already heard that we haven't actually done yet because of the magic of editing.
Good old time. It's like the space-time continuum is just a strange thing.
But we have over 20 interviews at this festival, so this is obviously not going to be
Yeah.
one podcast
Yeah.
episode.
But we feel like your ears probably need a break.
Yeah, and we try to stay away from the 2-part episodes, but this definitely calls for it for sure.
Yeah. So it is officially in real time the morning after the first session. We just loaded up on breakfast, and we're waiting for day 2 to commence. And hopefully, I mean, it's going to be twice as long, obviously. It's going to be a long haul, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are doing sound check in the background right now.
I'm trying to see if I know this song. I don't think I do. I feel bad. I only really know one song, much like
Dan,
everyone else.
It's like I told you yesterday. The impression that I
you
get is that they only have one song.
Yeah, pretty much. They're going to play for 4 minutes, but then it's just going to be on repeat for an hour and a half.
And everyone will love it.
Exactly. I'd actually kind of be okay with that. So unfortunately, this does bring us to the end of part 1 of this episode of Beer Busters. And so obviously this is our first time recording at the event. Steph and Wayne had been to the event before. This is my first time here. It's awesome. And I'm hoping that so far we've been able to convey this awesomeness to you. And if you haven't been here yet, or you missed this one, or hell, you just want to relive it, come back.
It's worth checking out. I mean, what you're going to hear on this show is just a fraction of the breweries that are here. So.
It's a lot of craft beer, 168 breweries, 3 national recording acts, live music, great beer, axe throwing, pinball, and shit.
Crazy shit to do.
Yep. Well, I'm Dan Baker, joined by
Steph Hefner.
And
Wayne Baker.
See you next time.
Bye.
Hit the post.